Let me move the man in his right position, bro. Pause.
Yeah, we in the building, people. Royalty is in the house. I'm telling you, first of all, Ants, thank you.
Love, bro.
Thank you, people. Don't adjust your channel. You are on Ant-Man TV. Yes, Squishy Bowl TV is taking over. I got this legend with me, Savage. Of course, I got the Brainiac G. You know what I mean? The lover boy, JJ. What go on, JJ, my countryman. And of course, we got Hollywood is in the house. Everybody knows him. Welcome to the Friday show. We are here. We're going to talk. This is not a debate. This is not the show that you guys are usually used to. This is a conversation. So if you have something to say, put in a chat. We prefer a super chat, please, if you can. It's not forced, but please donate to the channel. As you can see, for me to get all these gentlemen together, it costs a lot of money. Especially that guy in the bottom, that Hollywood guy over there. You know, he needs a private jet. So people, please support the channel.
Hold on, I must have been bumping because I ain't never been paid. So where's that money going?
Savage. Let's talk in the back. Let's talk in the back. Relax. You know, we're not talking in the back.
How do you think End is paying for his hotel? Do you know what I mean? This is how we done it.
The man just been skimming off the top of that. Man, like the Queen Shaw project and that, bro.
People. My melanated family. You know, this is why we don't try. Let's take in the back. We were talking in the back. You
see what I mean about them Kendrick words, bro? Melanated family.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But we have a great show for you guys today. Thank you so much for being with us. I believe End's production already put everybody's channel in the spot. You guys know where it is.
Yeah, it's done, bro.
Please support. We have so much conversation to have. Like I said, this is a different type of show. This is a conversation, right? And before we go, we have a little PSA. I'm gonna say mine, and I think this is something that G, Savage, and Ants have trying to promote, and that is mental health and physical health, right? Especially us dudes, we are the notorious and stubborn. We don't need you to tell me your whole life history. But if something is bothering you, share it with your homie. You know what I mean? Talk to somebody. It helps. Conversation helps, right? So I'm just going to say, people, whatever you're doing, if you need to, release some stress, go outside and walk. Just go down the block and come back. I promise you will feel better. Savage, take it away.
What do you mean, blood? What's going on?
No, I mean, we're doing a little PSA that the Ant-Man channel likes to promote, especially when it comes to physical health and mental health. And I know you are super duper.
Yeah, man, don't be a scrub, blood. You get me? Go get some steps in, go touch grass. You get me? Feel the air and that, blood. You're not gonna miss the stream. Just put your headphones in and go, bro. You get me? In fact, the way the times that we do these streams, bro, you get a few miles in, bro, without even noticing. So you might as well go do that, man. You got me? If you're single and you see a girl, speak to her, blood. Don't make it creepy though. You get me? But it's time for people to speak to humans again, blood. Nah, man, everyone's out here just walking past each other, but then get home and start searching for her on social media. But nah, blood, speak to her, bro. You get me?
Facts.
Time to be men to be men again, bro. You get me, bro? That's right.
Gee, man, what do you usually do when the brain is not at the levels? What do you do? I know you go to the gym, but beside the gym, sometimes you don't feel like it.
I'm the last person on this panel. I'll go for a walk, man. Mm-hmm. Walk is my favorite thing to do. If you ever feeling like, it's a bit, you know what I mean? Just go for a walk, man. Go for a walk, put some music on. I think that's one thing about music, is so powerful, bro. Like, listen to music, whatever your favorite genre, whatever, doesn't matter. Just listen to that. I promise you'll just start smiling like a madman down the road, like that's just randomly smiling. So that's what I do, man. Make sure you guys just go out there, just smile, man. Sometimes you don't want to do it, but wake up in the morning, smile. I promise you, your day will be 10 times better, man.
Yes, sir. JJ, are you there? I know you. Is JJ there? Oh, he's there.
Yeah, I'm there. What's going on?
I know usually you eat wache and some shit, all right, just to get you excited. But if you don't have those, what do you normally do, man?
What do you mean? Just in general?
Yeah, like, those days where, men are we are not perfect all the time, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do to get yourself back, back in your levels or your square, like the youth say?
Oh, I love my gym. I love going gym. I like Mrs. cooking me the Colombian food as well.
Hey, you gotta flex one time.
Yeah, but no, I would say gym. I'd say like doing things that I like to do, and I always have this motto of like trying to do something. Like sometimes you slack, but try and do something that you find difficult every single day, and it doesn't have to be big or small, but it could be. Let's say you're someone that I don't know, you don't like cleaning, as an example. Yeah, get up and clean, because as soon as you do that, you feel a sense of like, oh my god, I've done something that's been difficult, done something that's helped me. Already, it instills a bit of confidence. It could be, you might go wake up in the morning. First thing you do in the morning isn't just go on your phone. You might get up and be like, yeah, I put it away. All the dishes into the dishwasher. Yeah, cool, I'm going to take it all out. As soon as you do that, you're like, all right, I've been productive first thing in the morning. And I think productivity is the best way to get out of any kind of hole that you're in, because no matter how big or small, you feel like you've accomplished something. I think psychology. Yeah.
And I mean, I know that you're on a journey. I have seen your videos on IG. But why don't you give us just a little bit of glimpse on, from the
Nah, for me, bro, it's more. I don't know, man. As men, as I always said, man, we always keep everything bottled up. For me personally, I normally do that as well. But then I'm learning to share a bit more. I remember when I started speaking to the man named Savage, Cav, and Zabiri, and I think that we had a mad conversation one day. And I remember that's one of the things I said. I need to share more because I just keep everything to myself. But now I go for walks, bro. Same as G, I go for walks. Not the pilgrimage thing he does. He goes for like 30-mile walks, bro. But nah, not them kind of walks. But I go for a young 15, 20 minutes, maybe a little half an hour, you know what I mean? And clear the mind and stuff. I meditate now a lot, which helps. And yeah, man, them take the piss all the time, but I do go and put my feet in the grass, bro. No, don't laugh. This is the...
People don't understand. We are made of energy, man. Exactly. Go outside, recharge.
You have to... I can't have friends like this, bro.
That man said he went a pilgrim. That guy...
he does do them goggin walk, bro. I saw G post him in his son the other day after some. I said, "Poor man's legs, bro, little boy."
You know what? With him, he did the walk calm, and remember he's a kid, so he didn't even realize. And we walked to the park, so he got to play anyway. So in his head, he was like, "Oh, we'll just walk into the park," and that was it. So and then we walked back, simple. And then when we got back, I was nice. I gave him some ice cream. I said, "Let's go watch some Sonic. You can play your Switch." Like he had, I mean, like I had to give him something. Otherwise, he would have just been in my ear. Like,
yeah,
little member.
You got to burn that energy. Right. Thank you guys.
He was sleep early, man. He was bugging.
Thank you guys. We appreciate that. You guys sharing, and people in the chat, man, share with you. Amongst yourself. This is a community, so we all need each other. So, Ants, what do we got on the docket, man? Who's our first? Yes, sir. Oh, the King.
Yeah,
Ken is looking suave though.
Writers player, man. Writers player of the year. Sick, brother. You look bare sharp in the suit. I can't even lie.
Up in the suit, coming off that plane, boy.
I'm gonna have to copy the suit. I don't know about the plane, but I'll copy the suit.
I had the watch on again, but a different color this time. I don't know. I mean,
come on, brother. Well, them big contracts. You know what I mean, like, I could just quick change.
Yeah, what? Yeah, listen, he deserved it. He deserved to win it, to be fair, man. He's obviously top goal scorer, top assist. The performances, you already know my take on that. But overall, he's been standout this season, man, in the Premier League and for us.
Yeah. Savage, what do you think, man?
He deserves it, man. It wasn't in doubt for me, the Writers player, because that's the one where the players have picked it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And yeah, even when I've seen all the other like clubs channels and stuff like that, when they're asking who's the best player this season, and it's unanimously like Salah nearly every single time. So I think he deserves it. Well done to him, innit? You get me? He keeps himself in great condition to keep going every season and doing the same thing. So yeah, man, that's cold, bro. He definitely, to get that with the title, that's dope, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. JJ, what going?
Yeah, man. I mean, look, good for him, innit? Like, he deserved it. I think he's a clear favourite in that regard. He won the league. He got the most goals, most assists. I think it's quite straightforward. I don't think this is what he was aiming for, though. I think he's waiting for the Ballon d'Or. So I think that's what I think he's come out. He had an interview today saying he feels as though that's like the Ballon d'Or is his best chance to win it, which is this. So that's what he's targeting.
Yeah.
This is just something he's picked up along the way, which is obviously it's good. But ultimately, I think for him as well, it don't matter. He's won this before, innit?
Right.
He's won the league. He just wants that Ballon d'Or and that Champions League and Premier League next season. I think that's his targets.
Yeah, G, have you said something? Because you went out and came back in. So.
Oh yeah, no. Hey, what did we expect? I mean, who was going to win this thing? It was only going to be Salah, man. The numbers speak for itself. And you know what? It's mad. Obviously, we talk about Salah. We talk about his performances. Obviously, we analyze it from a game-by-game basis, right? But you got to realize the man who are playing against him in the Premier League, the way that they talk about him, like they talk about him like he's like a GOAT, basically.
Right.
The way that these guys speak about him. So yeah, if this is the FW, whatever it's called, and you're saying
Football Writers Association or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm assuming who votes for this? Like who gets to like
players and journals? I think
the journalists and the players. Yeah.
So straight off the rip, like you gotta realize journal wise, Salah's not a player who's like in the media or anything. So there's no like negativity around him in that sense anyway. So then it's just really the players, and like I said, man, players chat about him all the time. So yeah, man, he's doing his thing, and it's deserved. But I'm with Jerry in terms of he definitely probably will look at it. He's won this before. These kind of things, I don't think he will really even care about these kind of things. I think it is, am I getting that Ballon d'Or though? Like, and they've moved the Ballon d'Or.
Won this twice before, and at the Writers player won it twice before. So it's his third one this one.
Yeah, this is his third one. Yeah.
So
his third one.
Yeah. Listen, just it's good, but you know, I mean, I know he's got bigger goals than this still.
Yeah, I think he deserves it. I believe a couple weeks ago, and was asked a question whether who do you think will win? And with me, I said Salah will win, but I believe that Virgil was the one who deserves it. But if your peers are voting that you deserve it, man, who are we to speak? You know, this is not. I don't think this is one of those that is a popularity contest. This is a one that people at your scale recognize what you did, and he should be recommended for that. You know, that's somebody acting. It's not a whole bunch of fans or a bunch of Junos who don't know what they're talking about, just putting your name in there. So congratulations to Salah, man. And I think this will allow him to win the other one. The next, is it a PS something?
PFA.
PFA, yeah. So I think he's on course to win that one also. That would, like G said, that would be his third one. Hey, man. At this point, if you don't think he's a good in the EPL, I don't know what to tell you.
Just to add to it for you as well, Kwasi. So the right is obviously it was established in 1947, and it's over 900 football journalists in England. So it's the journalists from England that votes for it, which is mad. And I think it's filled up with, it says like student memberships. Like, then I have to do a bit more research into it, but yeah, it looks like it's from what I'm seeing here, it's just all the journals from within the country that votes. That's crazy. Sam Kerr won it as well for the women, but Salah did it for the men.
That's kind of crazy. Say anything. It's kind of mad that she won it this year. She had some.
She had some mad thing like.
Crazy still, like you know what I mean. But seemingly they don't care. So.
But there's also one thing that he said that. I think Enzo posted where he said this is the season he has been most happy, he has been more excited, and I think you and I talked about this a while ago. We said if he wins this league and wins a Champions League, he can leave and you can talk nothing to him because he has given Liverpool something that I'm sorry, Stephen G couldn't even do twice.
Didn't need to do that.
No, I understand, but I'm just saying it was a conversation. It was a conversation because at that time, a lot of people were saying Stephen G versus Salah, right? And we were just projecting ahead and we were talking. If he does win Champions League and the league, that means he's on course to win the Ballon d'Or at that time.
It's difficult though, man. You know what I mean? Like if man still says Stevie G, like I'll be like. Fairs. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't really like bat an eyelid, regardless of what Salah's won, as opposed to what Stevie G obviously won during this time. It's difficult, man. Like I guess it's one of those. you don't want to pit the. I don't really like pitting the two against each other. You know what I mean? Because different eras of people. Like for example, people who are 20 to 25, Salah would be there. Like that would make sense.
Of course.
You get what I'm trying to say? Because they never saw a Gerrard, throughout the whole kind of period that he was there, whereas we did. So of course we're gonna look at it and be like, yo, like, nah, it has to be Gerrard, or it's a conversation at least. And yeah, man, it's a tricky one, man. But Salah, even if he left and he didn't win the league this season, he still would have had the right to have left. And I wouldn't have really been bat an eyelid, because again, he's been a part of the most successful period we've seen in our lifetimes, kind of thing. So I can't really begrudge him if he decided. It's like Trent, it's like VVD. If they kept it moving, bro, like, you've done your thing. What more can I ask for, innit? Like, other than asking for more trophies, but you've done more than most. So I can't really get angry at you, throughout this time.
It would have been nice for Salah for everyone to stop comparing him. He'll get more praise when people stop doing that, because then you have to find reasons to why he ain't good enough, when really there's not in it. He's just good in his own right, bro. You get me?
That's true.
So, and obviously times change and different situations require different things in it. You get me? Salah, when I got loads of goals now, but even if he had a better season before, people are still going to say this is his best time in it. It doesn't really matter. It's like the Usain Bolt thing in it. Like, he might not be everyone's favorite sprinter of all time, even though he's the fastest man on the planet. Okay, but whoever ran in 1998, Michael Johnson, he didn't require him to run that fast to win. So who cares?
Right.
Does he in this season, if he doesn't do as well as next season, just like, would that not affect him, but would the fans get onto him in terms of, he signed a big deal and all of a sudden his standards have dropped? Or man, don't think that will happen?
No, I think they love him too much, man.
Yeah.
No, at this point he's cemented. Everybody his age, yes, you expect a little downturn. There will be some people who expect him to be where he is forever, and that's unrealistic.
Yeah, I do like what he said in the interview earlier on Sky Sports. When he mentioned his age, and the guy was like, "How long can you keep doing this for?" He said kind of the same thing what he said in Gary Neville. He was like, "Yeah, maybe to like 39, 40." And he looked a bit annoyed when I mentioned the age thing, because he was like, he's like, family to remember it.
Yeah, that's a limitation that you're bringing on him.
He said like most footballers are peaking in their 30s now, so
that's true.
Yeah, I mean, that for I'm not even dissing anyone on that, but you kind of like telling athletes what their limit is, bro, when you haven't even lived the life of an athlete to know. Yeah, and he's like an elite athlete as well, Salah. There's athletes, and then there's athletes who go above and beyond. So just let him live on it, man. You get me? Benzema won the Ballon d'Or 35, bro.
That's mad.
That's mad.
That's so true, He actually won. He was 35, and that's crazy.
Yeah, I think Modric won it when he was 35 as well. He's 39 now, so I think he won it when he was 35 as well, or 34. So, and all the best players in the world still, like, of course, the young ones, what we all recognise and stuff like that. But Virgil's over 30, Salah's over 30, Lewandowski's over 30, Kane's 30 now, isn't it?
Yeah.
But bro, we keep going, but they're all the best players in the world. So clearly, you get me. Maybe we have to throw that out of the water now, man. Maybe clubs should probably do that as well when it comes to signing players. But we'll see, I guess.
There's been that conversation of when somebody is 27, he's already too old. I mean, it makes no sense.
So deep, bro. I swear, Dan.
It makes no sense to me. People, if your brain, you start developing your brain at 25, I understand the body and the brain is different, but still, people like Salah, they are in the ilk of, in terms of how they take care of their body. Messi, Ronaldo, LeBron, those people who they are all, everything consumed, their whole livelihood is the sport. So I totally see why Savage is saying he gets upset when somebody's trying to put limitation on, your age, bro.
It's very weird, bro. It's very weird.
What?
You can have opinions as fans, obviously, but like there's some stuff that we just don't know, innit? Because like you can't. It doesn't matter. I'm not dissing people, because I'm not saying that no one's got to a fitness level of that, bro. But take the fittest person that you know, and he's still in as fit as these footballers, bro. Because he's just doing it recreationally. He's not doing it for a purpose, bro. To preserve himself at the top level, not at the medium level. They're not trying to preserve themselves in non-league football. They're at the top level, bro, playing for the biggest clubs. So you can't even fathom, what you just mentioned, LeBron. But I can't remember what the money is that he spends every month, but it's bare money, bro.
Yeah.
And I think the more athletes we see like that, it inspires the next generation to be like that, innit? Salah, when they mentioned to him before, he mentioned Ronaldo, and then someone's going to see Salah doing the same thing now, and we'll have that. You know what I mean? Footballs will last longer in the future. You know what I mean? So.
By the way, G, I see that you're taking shots at me, man. Why do you have to wear that hat? I know you did it on purpose. You know what I mean? We're not going to allow this type of West Coast, East Coast, beef. I thought we started off a good foot, man. And you were not wearing this hat. Where did this hat just came from, man? Unless I was not paying attention.
Champions, Barcelona champions.
No, I mean, you guys didn't win last year. Remember, LA won it. I'm just saying LA won it. Just we saw what happened. Big Fat Joe, Fat Joe showed up, tried to replicate what the legend Ice Cube did, and it didn't go so well. But let's move on. My man Ants, what do we have on the docket, man? What we got? Oh, the boy Joey G. Happy birthday to the brand, man. Big up to the man. When you listen to the manager in his press conference, man, you could see the respect he has for this gentleman.
100%.
And this is not the first time I heard this. Klopp also used to say the same thing. Injuries, man. Injuries, as sad as it is part of the sport. And you have to, and the fact that he has the mental fortitude, that's a big word that I just learned, to keep going. It's we need you on the field, but brother, I think he can't, you cannot tell me he has a less of a football career at Liverpool. You know what I mean? So happy birthday to the brethren. I wish I would have seen him consistently more, because I feel like he would have probably one of the best center backs in England history if those injuries did not, occur. And you could say that to many players. Like, there's a lot, I'm sure everybody can list some of them, which is fine. But my player, Joey G, I'm saying if those injuries do not, and look at the injuries that he even sustained, and he still looked like this guy is still better than 90% of the rest of the center backs. So, Savage, man, what's up with your boy G, man?
No, big up Joey, man. You hear me every time, bro. He's like, it's always disappointing for me that he's always injured.
Right.
Because you'll always, then he has to come back and be a bit rusty for a little bit, then people are getting onto him. But then usually when he gets a run of games and he gets back into his groove, he's pretty good. But then there's always an injury rate in it. So kind of just take it with a pinch of salt now with Joey. I have no reason to ever disrespect him.
Yeah.
He's part of the club until he's not part of the club. And you can kind of gather that. We don't know him in that, but just from looking, it seems like he's the nice guy in it. So good for him, man. You know what I mean? Take care of your family, make that money, and then man, pick up another Premier League medal. You get me?
Hey. G, what you say, man? What you say about Joey?
I like Joey. I think when he first come to Liverpool, I remember man playing left back against Stoke, boy. I remember thinking, bruh, he can play left back. Okay, didn't even know that. Like it's listen, we can talk about the bad side, but when you look at just Joey in general, like it's mad unfortunate. Like it almost reminds me of like a Ledley King type of situation. Yeah. Like, bruv, I wish you like, bro, you're a solid defender. Like if you just wasn't so injury prone and you're generally injury prone, bro, it'll be so like we wouldn't even be looking about like centre backs and stuff so peak. Like we need to find a centre back. We need to get Howson. We need to get Murillo. We need to get this guy. Bro, we've got Joey. And right. Joey's calm, and Joey's not like old where you're like, oh my days, he's 36, so we need to. Probably he's like 29 now.
Yeah, 28. Yeah, start at 30.
So, yeah, man. Like it's just unfortunate, man. Honestly, it genuinely is. Luckily for him, though, at least he got to be a part of the season when we won the league the first time. At least, he got to play a major part within that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So at least he can walk away from all of this and be like, at least I played my part within this success, throughout my time here. So I think he probably would leave in the summer, but if he does, he's Liverpool's longest serving player. So of this current bunch, sorry. So yeah, man, big up Joey, man.
Big up Joey, man. And man, what's up?
Yeah, it's crazy because all I remember just me trying to defend him on the YouTube videos a year ago, maybe two, after Matoma dropped him out, lovely little skill and that, and everyone put up the twerking videos and I was like, yo, don't disrespect him, man, like that. Because you do remember a time when he was the best English defender in the country. You do remember a time when him and Virgil, that partnership, weren't even letting water through the defense, bruv. Like the way that they were playing, you could see how much he's developed. And yes, he's a player. And I think what happened to him, he became more of a utility player. That you could play left back and play centre back, play right back. And then you lose the identity of where you can play, but also the injuries have massively affected him because if you're not playing, other people are going to be playing, right? So in moments when Ibu was injured, this is the moment when you needed a Joey, but then Kwanzaa but you wouldn't have got the emergence of like a Kwanzaa getting the opportunity because Joey would have probably been the one that just steps in. If Matip didn't get an injury, like, do you know what I mean? There's so many different moments when he was like, bro, if you were fit, you could have then taken that position back and made it your own. And he ended up having to fight for left back, fighting for right back and stuff like that, and then kind of just getting used more sparingly if needed. But yeah, look, would I want him to stay? I'd love him to stay, bro. But at the same time, it's about what Joey are we getting, bro? So it's similar to, a Jota. The guy is good, but if you're not going to be available, big man, like where do we go from this point now? Where do we, what can we do going forward? There's no point of us keeping you here just for keeping you safe because we like you. You need to be playing. You need to be contributing to the team. And obviously, it's not only just on the field you need to contribute, and I'm sure he does the off the field stuff. But at the moment, bro, we want to go into a phase now where we need everyone. Everyone needs to be fighting on all fronts. Can't be carrying passengers no more. And I think if you want to be the best and stay at the top, can't be carrying passengers no more, bro. We have to be getting players that's going to be available. We know injuries can happen. It's a part and parcel of the game. But when you're injured that much, man, it's kind of mad still.
Yeah, this kind of feels like a season for it, to be honest, bro, because usually he's in and out, but this one was like, once he was out, he's been out like for years. That's completely different to coming back for a few games and then going out again. So I think this is kind of the one, especially for most fans as well, where it's like, again, no disrespect, that's your guy, my guy.
Yeah.
I think this season is the one when I'm like, nah, like the end of the way you was the previous season, how good you was, and then to start this season have the same problem. Not to mention people wanted to buy him in the summer. Newcastle wanted him, and it's like, this is the writing on the wall now. And you have to be honest. If everyone's saying the writing on the wall with Jota and everyone's done, like his injuries are way worse than Jota's. Yeah. So, but yeah, who knows though? Like we've seen like different clubs the way they do different things. Some clubs tailor stuff just towards one player. You know what I mean? Like Gordon said that at Newcastle, he gets the certain things that he doesn't have to do because he just told it doesn't work for him. He might go to another club and that works for him and he still gets the rest of his career, but he's already picked up all the trophies that 90% of the league's never going to get, bro. So he's laughing. You know what I mean? We know he's but we spoke about how he does his mental health and all that. So he's good. He's good, man. Bill Joey still.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Joey, man. And I think if he leaves Liverpool, he's leaving, he's borderline between the legend and a cult hero, right? There'll be a debate. I think there'll be a debate where either is he a legend or is he a cult hero? But
one thing he'll always be welcome back at Anfield, isn't it? Like he's
every day, all day, twice on Sunday. So yeah, shout out to Joey, man. And who do we got? Who do we got?
Kerkez.
Man.
Oinstein said, it's not done. Liverpool are his priority and he is their top target, but they will have other options too. It's not advanced yet. So that's the guy that everyone kind of rates when it comes to transfer news, and he's saying it's not in an advanced stage. So where do we go from here? Is it because City came in for him as well, or a City, do they really have a chance of getting him?
I guess it means Bournemouth's the problem then. If they're saying that his target is Liverpool and he's our target, then the only thing it can be is Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, yep.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I agree. I think it's just I would say maybe Bournemouth is trying to get an extra 5 or 10 million out of Liverpool. I think it's just if the deal is struck between Liverpool and Bournemouth, he's coming to Liverpool. And this is where it's crazy right now, where Liverpool's at the point where even oil-rich teams like City can't even compete against us, whether it's the choice of the player or is it monetary reasons. It's crazy to even, the amount of time our own fans have demonized the club because we are not ambitious, keyword ambitious enough. And now we are at the point where teams are not even saying, oh, this is too expensive. And it's just, it's based on the player's decision whether they want to go to Liverpool or not.
Yeah. There's also with Bournemouth as well. They might, some clubs, when it sounds stuff like that, and it sounds like it's definitely going to happen. A lot of the time, it's like, yeah, we'll sanction the move and that, but we ain't doing it until we find our left back. So like, when they find someone that they're going to buy, because it's not smart business. It's like getting rid of your car to buy someone else's, and then the car's not you're screwed on it. So sometimes it's like that. But Liverpool don't seem panicked about it at all, really. And let's be honest, we've done shows over and over again, and we've all picked different left backs so that they're available. So,
and I think that's what Austin is saying. He said that in terms of position wise, I think left back is probably the easiest to get with this crop of football players. So Liverpool have more options. So I think Kerkez wants to come to Liverpool. It's up to Liverpool and Bournemouth to strike the deal. And as soon as they strike the deal, he's come on, first train smoking.
Yeah, man.
I feel like he's just, obviously we've spoken about it before, but he's just working for the club, innit? So it'd be crazy if someone else comes in and he decided to go to that club instead of coming to our club. Obviously, I don't know if it's a massive factor, but it does help with, with Szoboszlai being here as well.
Which it helps a lot.
It does help. You know what I mean? So fingers crossed that could be done, because we do need a left back. And I know a lot of people saying it's some people don't really mind it. Some people think, Tsimikas is okay and Robbo's fine and stuff like that, which is fair to an extent. But obviously, if you want to build and go towards the future, you're going to have to get a top player that you think is going to be one of those in the future. Get him now in it, and he's good in the Premier League. So it'd be great to have a player like him in the squad as well, bro.
Yeah, gee, I mean, this way I want your brains on that.
Pause.
Everybody. Yeah, pause. I apologize. No, came a little bit too strong. But this part is, I mean, Ernst mentioned that people like Robbo and some people like Tsimikas. But I want you to talk in terms of profile. Is he the one? Because I believe he's more of a hype player, because it started in January where everybody started talking about him, and Liverpool fans just got stuck with him without even looking. And that's why David is saying there's other options out there. Instead of people paying attention, we are so laser focused on this player. And let's just say he decides to go to City. Trust me, Liverpool fans will think that the sky is falling and we can't find any other better player than him.
Yeah, I think it all depends on what Slot wants, man. Like, it's so, honestly, I keep saying it, bro. It's difficult. We've seen one season of this guy, and he signed one player, and the one player he signed, he doesn't even play. So, like, I don't even know what you like as a person. Like, do you like this type of player, that type of player? So obviously now we know, okay, he likes a Frimpong type of right back. Okay, say no more. Someone who's going to play there. Say no more. If he signs Kerkez, then I guess we might have a better understanding of what he's trying to do. And I think he's trying to go down the PSG route.
Yes,
of that style of play. If he's not, because I don't think he's going to go to 3 at the back or anything, which I would love him to do. But I think he'll go down that route, because I just can't see what else you could do, to be honest with you, with those kind of players, in your team. So, yeah, I mean, he's not my first choice, but he's not dead. Like, I'll be calm if you signed him. Like, he's not a bad player or anything like that. He's a good left back. But it lets me know it lets me know, okay, so that's the type of fullback you want. You want Andy Robertson younger, and maybe a bit more quality on the ball. Okay, first, no worries. Maybe, like, remember, he might not even have a problem with Robertson like that. Like, other than maybe, like, we have a problem as fans, but he might be super calm with Robbo. You know what I mean? Like, he's saying, Tsimikas, you might have to bounce, because I need a Robbo type of player, to be able to kind of come in and stuff like that. So, yeah, man, listen, Kerkez, calm. Not a bad signing. You're right. If he went to City, I think, listen, it's Guardiola, in it. Like, he's the best manager in the world. Anybody who goes to City, you just immediately think that they're just going to be
sense, like, it makes sense why City want him, because they want to move my man from left back, want me to be here than that. The striker, they want him at centre back, and it makes sense. They're struggling at centre back a bit, bro. That gives a striker, bro, in a left back.
Bro, don't be surprised if next season we start seeing Vardy play in midfield, like
a double pivot in midfield, isn't it?
Man's got all the offensive tech, bro. That's what it's This is game.
How can you be left-footed and your right foot is what you're scoring goals with? Like, how many
all the goals you scored are bangers, bro. All of them. Yeah, that's probably what it is, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Kerkez, he's a good player. I think in the Prem we've seen that he is good. And I think like Ann said, I think is to help also Szoboszlai, kind of like, you know, bring a countryman, which is something that when Klopp was there, he used to do, kind of make sure that every country that's represented have one or two, at least two of them, to keep that, you know, lack of homesickness, you know, around. So yeah, I can see. I mean, if it happens, I'll be happy. But I believe there's also other good options as good as him elsewhere. You know,
I think the level
Liverpool,
of backs is, I mean, in fact, left back, right backs, I think it's dropped. So like the standout ones are them, and then everyone else is kind of not. They're kind of on par with each other. They might have the odd attribute that stands out. I don't think any of them stand out defensively. So I think everyone's on par in that way. So that's probably why it's easier for Liverpool to have options, because I think even when we talk about all the left backs and that, no one's really mentioning how good they are defensively, because they're all on par with each other. It's like you can do a job
forward.
Yeah. How many times we play against a left back, and no one's really saying that left back shit. But he's playing against Salah.
Yeah.
So if he's
that's so true, you know.
Kind of all you need, isn't it? So yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm still.
But, before we move on next, I think G brought something up about the style of football that the manager seems like he's going to go. I'm going to kind of generalize and not Liverpool centric, but I believe football is also, you know, the evolution of football is changing a little bit, right? The laser focused tactics is kind of going away, and it's between Enrique's football and G and Ant-Man's manager Flick's football, where it's either kamikaze or let's you know, because let's be honest, PSG do go kamikaze sometimes. They have a lot of speed. The only thing is they are also good at say, okay, we're not going to force the issue. We're going to sit back and see what's going on, and they'll hit you with a serious counter attack. Dembele, if Dembele is one of those players who can play 10 games on the bounce, they will keep using it. That guy has speed. So if I were to ask, where do you guys think football is going? Because let's be honest, the best manager in the world is not having a best manager season right now. And we don't know how he's going to do next season, because let's be honest, the guy's marriage is kind of in the balance too. So as a human being, you have to understand where his priorities is going to lay. It doesn't matter whether he's being paid all that money. Family comes first.
You know,
so if I were to ask, where do you guys think football is going? Is it Flick or is it Enrique?
I think it's a mixture. I just want it to go back to, and I feel like with the advance of some of these managers coming through now, that's allowing the players to go and express themselves like it used to be. It used to be like, now we do have a system, but we're also not going to hold players back. We're not going to have like an Eze in our team and let's just, no, you're going to have to play in this role and do this, bro. Let's just make sure you're not. Do you know what I mean? Allow him to go and express and put the players in their positions to go and express themselves. And that's what we've seen from Flick, you know, and that's what we've seen from Enrique. It's allowed the players to go and express themselves within a structure, but not too heavily down on tactics and let's worry about the other team. Let us go and do what we do, similar to what Klopp did when he came in. It just felt like he didn't care who we were playing against. He was like, bro, we're playing this way and this is the way we're going to play.
Right.
And there was no plan B. I'm not saying they probably didn't have a plan B, but it didn't feel like it. It was just attack until we sorted out the defense. And then it became, okay, so we're going to just leave Joe Gomez and Virgil at the halfway line on their own then. Or we're just going to leave Matip and Virgil or whoever. Do you know what I mean? It felt like we were just going to, okay, you guys defend, the rest of us can go and attack. Right. And that's where we had the Robbo and Trent just bombing, you know what I mean, less defensive work, but was able to attack. So I hope it goes back to just allowing the talent to express themselves, bro.
Right.
Because without Enrique, you wouldn't have seen like Desiree Doué and these man, Barcola being able to like do what they do. Because they goes other clubs, listen, big man, don't cross the halfway line against this team. You're like, hold on a minute, bro. I'm here to express myself and play my football. You know, Lamine, you wouldn't have seen what he's doing. You know what I mean? They would have just, it's a Barcelona way anyway. So I think any manager to get in would have kind of allowed him to expect, but you wouldn't have seen that. Rafinha went up another level going to these kind of managers. So for me, I think it's just the managers now. And if we get the right managers again, football's going to go in an amazing space. But until then, they're still going to get some stinky football.
What about you, G?
Yeah, no. So listen, I hope it goes the way of Enrique and Flick. Like, I don't want to choose. You know what I mean? I feel like, to me, they play the best football I see in Europe this season anyway. I don't really feel like anybody else plays better football than they do. But it helps when you've got Lamine Yamal, Kvaratskhelia, and Dembele and these type of guys. So it will help, obviously. But yeah, man, these managers have got good philosophies. And I think that's all me, really, man, want to see is just good football, man. I'm just I think we got into a space where, listen, Pep Guardiola is my favorite manager, but we got into a space where everybody just started copying him. And because everybody started copying him, it just became like this kind of like, bro, like
B-Tech, C-Tech.
Yeah, it's like, bro, like you can't all be like this guy, like do something different. Hence why, as much as I criticize Klopp, that's why I always felt his style of play was so effective against Manchester City because it was like a polar opposite. All right, you do tiki-taka, you do your possession and all that kind of stuff, and they press as well, but not like Liverpool. Guess what? We're going to be the opposite. We're going to harass you like there's no man's business. But we've also got a sprinkle of quality in the team, like whoever, you know. So, yeah, man, like now I think football, you got to realize where Guardiola, unless he's going to go into this new level and just start doing something completely different that we've never seen before, then I think, yeah, managers are now starting to say, you know what, my style of play is calm, you know, like I can, like PSG in the final of the Champions League, Inter Milan, final Champions League, like they might start thinking, you know, fuck it, we're going to start playing this way now. Because it can win the biggest trophies in Europe. So why not? Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I think Arne Slot as well, when I look at him, I'm like, yeah, you seem like you're like, obviously still he's like a novice, really, when you think about it. He ain't really been in for time. So I feel like maybe he's still trying to learn, trying to figure out like, yo, maybe I can, he talks about Guardiola, if I take this, if I take that, if I take this, add to what I've got, you know, patting my own kind of system, and then, you know, we keep it moving from there.
Yeah. Legend, man, what you saying on that? Because, I mean, your other team, sorry to say this, your other team, the great manager that is, he's stepping down. He's going to the, you know, the countryside of things, right?
Yeah.
And now you're going to have our other, I won't say he's a legend. He was more of a cult hero. He didn't stay at Liverpool for too long. But he's coming in. And he also has a different style of play, which, you know, so if you were to like say, okay, is he going to be between Flake or is he going to be between Enrique? How will you, you know, envision?
I think it's really what G said. I think it's like 50-50 now, which is good. We're getting managers with their own character, using their own philosophies, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying to follow what Pep was doing if is the best in it. But then I think people have realized now, we don't have
his money.
You don't have the facilities to do that, big man. You get me? Like, I've got De Bruyne, bruv. You don't, bruv. You get me?
Yeah.
So you have to try and you got Ryan Christie, I got De Bruyne. It's not the same thing, but it's good. So let's try to figure it out. And you've seen it in the Prem. Forget even abroad, man. Like Nuno doesn't play like Eddie Howe, and Eddie Howe doesn't play like Iriola. But they're all completely different. Slot don't play like them. Arteta's from the school of Pep, so there is still a contingency of
similarity.
With Pep. They can't help it, but Arteta's more defensive than Pep. So we just tweaked his thing a little bit. Whether people say it's for the better or worse, it's for the better of football because everyone's got different styles. PSG's got the one where they're not really using the striker, so it's almost impossible to pick up people when I don't know who the striker is and your wingers keep switching with each other without. You get me? Barca's very like, if people don't watch Barca, then they think that they're not defending and that, bro. Their defense is very good. You get me? Solidified that part, so that's not freedom there. And then up the top of the pitch is like, we can't play by keeping Yamin shackled, but it's impossible. So we have to let him do what he does. Otherwise, nobody will be talking about him. So you let him go and do his thing as well. At Real Madrid, you had the other side of it. So when people are like, oh, you want players to be flair players, they're going to do that. That is what was going on at Real Madrid. But once you got all these injuries and stuff, Carlo was too relaxed to like, you need to shut up shop now because you don't even have the right defenders. And it was almost like this side of the pitch is doing this and that side of the pitch is doing what they want. It just doesn't relate. So I like it though. I like the fact that it's all mixed up, and I think you can't get a better example of the Champions League final to how football is now. You literally got Inter Milan and PSG, bro. Inter Milan's like it's not one of the best defensive teams in world football. This is one of the best attacking teams in world football, and there's no right or wrong way. Whichever one wins, obviously everyone's going to say they prefer PSG's football, but you got a strong contingency of people that like defensive football, playing attack and that, and there's no wrong or right. So I think it's dope, man. It's good for us. I feel like De Zerbi was doing that the previous season, kind of like changing from the Pep thing a little bit as well. You got Barcelona at Brighton doing the same thing as well. But there's Bayer managers, Emery at Villa. They play high line attacking football. Brother, I'm here for it. As long as you got the facilities to do what you need to do it, innit? But don't be trying to copy stuff that you can't keep up with, because that's why you get relegated when you're trying to pass the ball out from the back and your team doesn't point. It's the ball in the field, innit? Know what you work with, what you've got in your team, man. And I think Slott's not figured that out properly yet, which is still a good thing. Because if he's won the Prem and ain't figured it out yet, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah.
But I'm with you. That I do believe that he definitely comes from the school of Pep as well, because he's mentioned him so many times. But then I think he's realised this is the Premier League. It's different to where I was. And then he saw what happened when he got schooled against PSG, and it's almost like a real. Hold on a minute, you get me? So who knows, man? We might not even. I want to say, but we might not even need a striker next season, bro. They might just keep and play with the
False nice.
The 9.5, you know, like that. No 10, just a 9.5. So,
bro, look at PSG, bro. PSG got Kolo Muani. They sent him out on loan to Juventus. They got Gonzalo Ramos still chilling. They don't even play. Bro, and they said, you know what, we'll play Dembele up top. Like that's who would have thought that would have just worked for them.
Bro, but Mbappe is not up front for Real Madrid. I know it looks like he's up front for Real Madrid. He ain't up front, bro. He's just wherever, bro.
Wherever you want, yeah.
Goal scorer in the league, bro. He's just anywhere, bro. But we want you and Vinny to play at the same time, but we need Rodrigo to play. So technically, the team sheet says you're a striker, but you kind of
you can be anywhere you want.
Yeah, just rotating it wherever the situation takes you.
Yeah, man. So good conversation, man. I think we personally, I think you guys are always ahead of the curve when it comes to football conversations. And I promise you're gonna start hearing a lot of people start talking about this. And people are listening. We know you. We see you. Trust me, we see you. Because there's a conversation that you had it a couple months ago, and I'm starting to hear people talk about it. I'm not going to bring it up. It will change the subject. But what do we have on the docket?
This was jokes, and obviously they brought up the fact that Barcelona or Deco said that he likes Diaz. Well, he said, well, I like Lamine as well, and I like Rafinha also. So let's see. And then they mentioned about, what was it? What's his buy at like $1 billion? Why does every Spanish club have like players on like $1 billion release clause, bro?
They try not to sell, man. They try not to sell.
They did it all in the same season as well. Gavi, Pedri, me, Rodrigo. They did it all in the same
$1 billion
season.
though, Sav, bro. Like,
because it's because the thingy. It's because of Saudi. They're trying to protect their players early.
So that means you can't even come in and have any conversation with their players until.
If my buyer clause $1 billion, you come in before my contract's over. It just means that the negotiations that would have started off at like 60 mil.
Yeah.
Now we can start. We start at 200 mil. How about that? And work our way down to 130, bro. So
that's crazy, man.
No, but I mean, let's talk a little bit about this Diaz to Barca. It's been going on for 2 years, and it's not happening. I mean, the train of thought that Barca is broke. They are still on allowance. They usually find a way to make something happen. But Liverpool's not going to let this guy go for peanuts. They just paid us Suarez money. I believe they still owe us the Coutinho. There's some balance left. There's some arrears left on the Coutinho money. We are not trying to pay us $5 million a year for another 10 years. We need our money because we got big fish to fry, right? Is it going to happen or not? Personally, I don't think Diaz is going anywhere. Liverpool loves Diaz. Diaz gives us something different. He's a maverick, right? Whether he's on the left or even 9.5, like Savage is saying. Is it going to happen? Let's just put it to bed. Is it going to happen?
I don't know, you know. I know it looks like Arne Slot like really likes Diaz in terms of the player he is and the footballer he is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, bro, I just don't know. I honestly don't know, bro. Honestly, don't know. I'm trying to think. We haven't been really linked with a left-sided player apart from, Gordon. And I'm like, there's no way this brother would have three of them. But then utilizing Diaz through the middle, nah, Sav, I can't agree with you on this one, man. 9.5, does have Diaz run in the middle next season?
Because we don't. Like, so far this season, bro, our number 9s don't play in the number 9 position, so just going off the evidence, innit? It's one of them ones, bro. But it makes sense, innit? Keep Diaz and Gakpo. When Gakpo plays his games, Diaz becomes the backup to whoever's in striker or not, and just plays. And then you get somebody more creative in the team somewhere else, man. It's the Barca thing's weird with Diaz because, again, none of this has come from Diaz, bro. So
said he's happy, isn't he? He did say he was happy recently and he wants to stay at Liverpool.
Yeah.
But then it's about what does the contract they offer him going forward, isn't it? Because I think
he's not on good. He's not on the best money at Liverpool. I know that much.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, even Slot's the same though. When he asked him the thing, he said, "Where did you get?" That's the first thing he said. "Where did you get that from?" Though the Decos say that himself. It's like, "Oh, it's a quote." It's like, "Oh, it's a quote."
They quote this.
I love that, bro. I love that.
They
Because
quote
you
this.
know, try to clickbait me to say something stupid, bro.
Then he's like, okay, tell him I also like love.
Yeah, I love that, bro.
tell him I like these two players as well.
No, but the whole money thing, right? And then I'll let G take over. The thing is, when he started at Liverpool, he got injured. So Liverpool have to protect him. So we have to make sure that he is up to par. We can't just double his salary when he's not making the numbers that we bought him for, right? So we had to wait the whole year to see if, because he had 2 knee surgeries, and he's a player who's his strength is in his lateral movement. It's not just going up and down. His lateral movement is very important to a player like him. That's why last season was actually the first year that he had a whole year to play, and people wanted him out. So, I mean, Liverpool has the right to say, okay, let's sit back and let's give him a year and see if he's going to perform. And he kind of acted like a basketball player. It's a contract year. I'm going to ball out. And this is his best year in Liverpool. So, yes, he does deserve I would say I would keep him, give him bump up his wage, and he's not going anywhere. Unless he wants some real money, then it's not even Barcelona. Barcelona is not going to give you that big of a salary either. You have to go to Saudi.
Yeah, all right.
Let's wait and see, innit?
You already know about Barcelona with that Spotify deal, bro. That's what they do.
This is why I just want to keep quiet.
Nah, bro, they give you, bro. You already know, bro. £100, and you know what I mean. £100 on a playlist is what they give you at Barca, bro.
You know what's so mad? Speaking of Spotify, literally as I was going on the walk, like we're giving you a free month of Spotify.
Yeah,
cool, fuck it. I'll take it.
I'll take it as well, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But nah, Diaz is I saw that because it's Diaz and Rashford that they're looking at, and to be fair, both of them would make sense for their team. Like both can play all across the front three. Rashford can play up front. Diaz can play, I guess, a false 9. It would make sense, really. If they got any of the two, I'll be like, yeah, this makes sense. Because even if they don't start, at least you have those two as an option, like a Ferran Torres, kind of thing. And where I think if they were smart, if they were smart and they had the money, you'd go with Diaz. If they were smart and don't have the money, go with Rashford. Because at least I don't think Rashford will cost as much as a Luis Diaz. And
by his salary, though.
I feel like Rashford would be calm to. I feel like both of them. I mean, Diaz is going up in salary regardless of where he goes.
Yeah.
I don't think Rashford would bat an eyelid too much going to like a lower salary than what he's on at Manchester United. I think I feel like now he understands. Like, okay, I'm not the star boy that I was when I come true. And my stock is not as high as it used to be. But Barcelona. How much bigger can you get? Like that's the second biggest club in the world.
He's on more money than Lamine at the moment.
Yeah. You get what I'm trying to say? So but then again, look at the ages. Like Lamine is 17. He's
they're trying to make your guy they're talking about trying to make him the richest player at Barca.
It makes sense. I mean, this
you're gonna have to get rid of Frankie because he's on them.
Yeah, that guy's still there. He's on
them doppy wages, boy. So they have to get rid of Frankie still. You get me?
Yeah.
I hear it though. Yeah, Rashid might work in the league still, but you know what I actually think is gonna happen? I think Garnacho's gonna end up at Barca, bro. I know it sounds crazy. I know it.
I actually saw that. I thought about it.
Garnacho to Barca.
The kid's not shit though. I know everyone cooks him all the time. He's not shit,
he just needs guidance. He needs guidance.
Yeah.
No, you know, forget the guidance. I keep telling you, you just need to leave Manchester United, bro. Leave there. You'll be fine, bro. Like, there's no way that we've seen all of the ballers come to Manchester United stink, and some of them have now Anthony. What? So all of a sudden, are we going to say shit? Anthony just balling out these.
I've got Ajax Anthony back now. Yo,
you see this Ajax? This is see this Ajax. You see this Anthony? This is the Anthony. I was like, bro, I don't mind signing this guy. Like, this guy's right. Like,
I see people cook man all the time for Liverpool fans who wanted Anthony before. I'm like, nah, I was one of them. I'm not. He was good at the time when I wanted him, bro.
He was good, bro. He was good. Of course he was.
So I don't know, man. It's interesting though, brother. Man, you are You get me? Because I'm trying to see what's going on with Gunwood blood. Like, you get me? Is he Mason? Money Mason, that murder Mason?
Change the conversation.
No, bro, we don't have to anymore, bro, because we saw him on the pitch. He's got his baby's like 2. He's gonna marry his missus. Like, surely if he's in a relationship with her now, 2 years later, we can talk about him. No.
I think he's just going to stay in France. It makes more sense. He's going to just stay there. I think he's quiet. You know when it's like it's so quiet over there for you.
Yeah, just stay where you are, bro.
Yeah, I agree. Stay. Is he still on loan or is he?
That's a
No,
cold.
they signed him.
Oh, they signed him permanent, right?
That's a cold footballer, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, stay there. Stay
Remember,
there.
remember, they had already signed it. Like he wasn't on loan that much. They signed him. He's not a Man United player.
He's finished on what joint top goal scorer with Dembele in the French league.
That's
serious kid.
As a player, he is cold. That's all I'll say. He is cold.
Do you think that Tommy will ever pick him?
Nah, he'll go to Jamaica before he gets picked for England. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Yeah, good conversation. And what we got left, man. Hey, my captain.
Big man, the captain's mural's finished, man.
Man.
It looks cold still, man.
Absolutely, bro. When I saw the geezers, I'm like, bro, that's art, bro. That's so dope.
Can I ask you something? Is this on someone's house?
Yeah.
Side of yeah.
So just whose house is this?
Just people's.
Don't know, bro.
Nobody knows. Just
so if I'm trying to sell my house now, I've got to try to sell it with this thing on the side.
Value will go up, I tell you that much.
When they look at what road spot on, they ask the permission on it for the people.
Oh, okay. No, you say the value goes up. What if the person doesn't even like football? Like, I don't want this brother on the side of my house.
Liverpool, bro.
But anyway, you can be moving from anywhere. Like, I'm just trying to think logistically. Like, I mean, like, if let's put it this way, on your crib right now, I'm pretty sure you don't want a picture of Virgil on the side of your house, and then you try to steal it. You know what I'm saying? It's
they said the value and that. Yeah.
I don't know if the value goes up. It's
like how much, man, I don't want his face on the side of my yard. I know that.
Bro, I definitely don't want to face that. Dead. I don't want that, bro.
I don't know if the value is. I mean, it's nice, but if your property. Yeah,
I've just always wondered. Like, I thought, I've never seen this one, but I always thought, oh shit, because I've never seen the Trent one. So in my head, I always kept thinking, like, right, where is this thing? Like, I've never walked to go find it. So whenever
there's loads of them around. There's the Fowler one. There's Dalglish. There's Rian Rush. I think. Remember, like, because first of all, Liverpool's small anyway, and then most of the people who live in Liverpool are Liverpool fans.
Yeah, no, of course.
To them, it's like an honor having it on the side of their yard, and so they're just like, yeah, whatever. That's fine, bro. I'm fine.
And I believe this is closer to Anfield, so.
I don't lie if it was me, bro, and you spray paint outside of my yard. I'm selling lemonade outside there, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, bro. I'm making. You know, like I seen that with the I know you know Quasi because you live in LA and that. You know the house in Friday and that, bro. My man just sells merch outside there Friday
every day. And even you know the funny thing is, is all those houses like Miss Parker's house. The person has put a sign that says Miss Parker.
Miss Parker, yeah, bro. Yeah. That's smart.
That's it.
That's smart. You have to pay to go ribbon to get up the drive, and if you want to take photographs, and you can buy T-shirts and all that. Smart business, bro. I'm never leaving my yard. I'm never leaving my yard, bro. I'm quitting my job. This is my job, bro. And I'm putting a big screen outside playing Friday all day, bro.
Man. I'm making a water bottle with the picture of the house on it. Miss Parker's house.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. No, that thing is cold though.
Ain't gonna lie though, bro. Miss Parker's expired now though. You get me?
Yeah, well, you
know. In what terms? As
the body's expired.
She's alive. She's alive, but you know
that movie came out.
That was before you talk about the other expired, bro. But
my granddad's legs, blood. No, man, not that expired, bro.
But I you know, in terms of movies, that's probably one of the greatest movies ever made. In California.
Did you hear what you just said, bro?
No, I'm just sorry. There's one. I didn't say the greatest. I said one of it. You have to understand.
No, not what you just said, Quasi, bro. I heard what you're saying, but this guy next to you up there, bro.
Man, their life ain't that serious, bro.
He expired like my granddad's legs.
Oh, I mean, to be fair, my granddad's expired completely now. He died in COVID times, so it's not really. You get me? I'm just saying that while he was alive and that the legs expired first, and then he expired in COVID, bro. Big up my granddad though. That's a G right there. But you get me?
All right.
He was past his sell by there anyway, bro. Like this geezer, bro. He was living on the edge. My guy, bro. But he ain't on the stairs, bro. He ain't downstairs though. He's upstairs. I know that much.
Now, but real quick before we move on to the next topic, all you guys, I'm sure all you guys have seen Friday.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the theory that's going around? Somebody posted on X saying Craig's mama was cheating on the dad. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's such a stupid theory, man.
That when Birdie, the pastor, showed up, actually Craig was not supposed to be there. He was supposed to be at work, but he got fired on his day off the day before. And
I saw it, man.
You said the pastor that's rolling around.
Yeah, the pastor was rolling there to come see Craig's mama, man.
Doesn't sound too far-fetched. It doesn't sound too
The
far-fetched.
only thing is, because they said that she kept running back to answer the phone, but I debunked it because obviously I'm a nerd and I'm a prick at it. Okay, she kept going back to answer the phone. When she was leaving, she said to Craig and Smokey, she's like, I got somebody calling the phone, can you pick it up for me? So so she's gonna get her son to pick up the man she's cheating with on the phone. Yeah.
There you have it, people. Savage is now debunked.
Debunked it. Yep. We move. Yes, this is the conversation that a lot of people have not listened to actual what the manager said. They just read all the people keep stopping at the training part. I'm not happy with some of his training. Instead of listening to the whole conversation, but I will let the gents make sense of this and try to break it down to like Jay-Z would say.
People online who didn't listen to it.
Like Jay-Z would say, I need to dump it down. Savage, take it away, man. Take it away.
They think that he's talking about Trent's training now, innit? But he's talking about preseason.
Yeah.
He said the same thing about
and you know the crazy thing, Savage? Everything that the manager said that came out of his mouth is exactly what we all have been saying on this channel for years. Yep. Since I've been known Ant, I've known G, I've known Savage and Jerry. We've been saying the same thing. So it's why are people acting like, oh my God, he just threw Trent under the bus. And Jerry, I know you just showed up, so let's get you on there. And I know I saw your tweet, and I need you to expand on that.
Come to the mic, big man.
Come to the mic.
Why
are you standing out of the way, man? What are you doing?
Bro, you sound like you're in the Chamber of Secrets, bro.
What? Can't you guys hear me at all?
Now we hear you.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, but it's one of them ones for me where, like, if we're being honest, look, Slot was a bit snaky in the way that he said it, because he was like, look, I can give Jabi Alonso one gift or something like that, or I can give him like. So it is a bit like, yeah, he's going to Madrid anyway. Remember, nothing's been released that he's going to Madrid, so it did seem a bit salty, from my opinion, which suggested me
that I see that part. I see that part because he's basically saying he's going to Madrid without Madrid saying he's coming.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, he's gone anyway, so I can say it now. And it's
right.
It sounded a bit salty, innit? But and I don't know, I don't rate men that move like that, really. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know it's just one snippet, but I don't rate that kind of behavior in general. But ultimately, he just said what we've all said on stream, innit? Like we've all said it. We've said, sometimes he may be not as committed. I've said I think he's a better defender than people give him credit for.
Facts.
He's done it against Ronaldo, Sane, this, that. But Kvaratskhelia has come out today and say that Trent's the hardest defender he's faced. Do you know what I mean? Like in his career, like he said this, innit? So Trent isn't as bad defensively as people making out. But I mean, even Gary Neville said it. His application towards defending wasn't there, innit? He didn't. His body shape. He didn't want to get down. He didn't want to go and work hard in this manner and stuff like that. So it is what it is, man. But it's not that deep, innit? It's not that deep.
Yeah, G, what you say, man?
I mean, it's funny. It's definitely funny. I didn't even watch the interview, so I'm literally just going to go based off of what we just saw there. I'm assuming Slot seems that he's one of those, like, it's those tongue-in-cheek type of comments. Like, I'm assuming everybody laughed when he said all of this or something like that. So, yeah, listen, man, it is what it is. He's going. Yeah, everyone's had their say now. Now Trent can just go right off into the sunset, boy. Just do your thing, innit? Like, now we can finally put this whole like thing to bed now and then kind of move forward. All I'm saying though is if Trent kills it, a lot of you are gonna be upset, bro. Like super. Real life.
That's true. That's true.
Do you think the fans will care if he does do well?
Yeah, 100%.
As long as it doesn't directly impact Liverpool.
Yeah, I think they'll care because they'll what you're gonna see next season. And I've already seen it now. You're going to start seeing every game that Real Madrid play. Watch now. Liverpool fans are going to tune in. Same thing we did at the beginning of the season for Zubimendi. Zubimendi didn't win like however many games. I can't remember. Sociedad was losing. Oh, look at man was showing up stats of Zubimendi every game. They were like, oh my goodness, he's only getting 6.5, while Gravenberch was getting like 9s and 10s and that. They're like, well, look who had it. We're going to do the same thing with Trent. No, it won't happen for time. It will maybe like the first
few months.
We'll do that, and then people will just end up just getting bored. If he keeps on killing it, you just end up getting bored of it because you're like, what am I watching? Like, I'm just watching.
If he kills it, they'll just say that La Liga shit. That's the normal.
And there's that too.
They already think that anyway.
About Anthony, but he's in the worst league, so of course Anthony can do that. I'm like, bro. At the end of the day, I watched the whole press conference. He wasn't even that bad, but like he wasn't even. There was no because what it is that he said loads of nice things about Trent as well in the same conversation, and he was talking about pre-season when he came into the club, which he done it about Salah as well, because when you've seen Salah in his interviews and he's like, oh, what has Slot taught you? He said that, oh, he showed me videos of me in training that was messing about a little bit, and then he was like, look at the kids behind you, now they're messing around too. So you need to fix up. And then Salah said from then, everything's been great in training. And you hear Slot say today, Salah's the best in training. So it's the same thing with Trent. He said to Trent, listen, you're a way better defender than people give you credit for. You just need to show it, which is what I said we've been saying on stream all the time. I've been saying, like, every time I get mad at Trent in these watch-alongs and that, it's always the same thing I'm saying. I can see that it's the application, bro. It's you trying. Defend. The rewards defended him on that part as well. But yeah, man, the Xabi Alonso thing I found it quite funny, to be honest, because he's probably bored of this. Like, you keep asking him about Trent, and I keep
over and over.
So I'm just gonna have a laugh about it. It didn't. I get what Jerry's saying. You can see it both ways, but he didn't. He just seemed in light spirits to me. Because even when they asked him about playing Trent, he didn't say, "No, I'm not going to play Trent."
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? He didn't really say any of that. And he actually said that Trent deserves to get celebrations like everybody else because he's you know what I mean? He's contributed to winning the title this season and stuff like that. And also, I don't understand why people are getting triggered by the stuff what he said about Trent in training. Trent told us this at the beginning of the season. I remember the interview. Trent said, remember at the beginning of the season where every time someone said something nice about Slot, there was like, oh, I can't believe he's like throwing Klopp under the bus. No, Jones did it, Trent did it, Salah did it, and he was like, oh, I really enjoy it. Now he's showing me videotapes of myself and showing me where I can be a better defender. And what was Trent's word at that point? Now I want to be the best right back in the world defensively too. So it's full circle. Who cares? It's over with. And yeah, whatever, innit? We'll see what happens.
Andrew, you want to?
No, just for me, bro. Listen, I don't want nothing to kill the mood in it, and I'd still feel like they're gonna boo him if he does play. I think we just need to, if he is there, put him in the squad, but just leave him on the bench, bro. I want it to be just an enjoyable thing, innit? Because that will put a salt in. I think it'll just make it salty. It'll make it weird, innit? Like the players want to, like everyone wants to celebrate. It'll just kill the mood and the vibe, like. And from the last game when he didn't come on, you could see like it was cool, innit? Whether or not people wanted to play or not, that's fair. But I don't want it to kill the mood, man. I don't want it to kill the mood, especially for the other guys as well, because it's gonna kill the mood for them watching their boy get booed. It's just gonna be all weird, bro. And then what's gonna happen is we're gonna be watching it on telly. The guys, you know, the commentators, and they're gonna just stick to that instead of going, yo, Liverpool have won the league. Let's celebrate this. Let's vibe out. Let's go to him, get this interview. Go to him, get that interview. They're going to be like, oh, he's getting booed again. And they're going to stick to that. Then someone's going to ask a dumbass question to one of the players. Oh, how do you feel like you play? It's like, bro, just if you're gonna have him in the squad, bro, on a slot, just leave him on the bench. Just leave him on the, and that, I think that would then keep anyone of thinking about booing, just like leave that alone. And
on that then though, does it make a difference if he plays or doesn't play? Reason I say that is because he still needs to go and lift the trophy in front of a packed Anfield, right, where all the eyes are on him and he's lifting it.
Yeah,
so
that's fine,
it's not a situation where it's going to kill that. Ultimately, it's what you said, isn't it? It's the energy that the fans go and provide, because whether he plays or doesn't play, there's still going to be energy. If when his name is read off the team sheet, people are booing, the energy is going to be there. The players are going to see that. If when at the end of it, he's on the pitch with his family and that, the last time he'll be on the pitch at Anfield with his family and he's walking around and people are booing, it's going to cause a mad energy as well. And the cameras are still going to pick it up.
Yeah, but I'd rather the game finish. I don't, because they're going to stick with that. Or if that's what they end up with at the end of the celebration, cool. That's nearly at the end. We've already.
It won't be at the end. It won't be at the end. It'll be during the celebration, isn't it? They literally, I guarantee you, as soon as I think it's worse because what's going to be, it's going to be a build up. What they're going to do is keep panning to the camera. They're going to keep panning. As soon as it's near 90 minutes, the cameras are going to pan to Trent. And if he has that face again where he's just nonchalant, or he's biting his lip or whatever, or just looking around, all of a sudden, right, it's going to pan to him. If he's smiling, it's going to look like he doesn't care, right? If he's upset, it's why are you moping around, right? If he now goes and picks up the trophy and they boo, it's all for me.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Is whoever lifted up the trophy before Trent, when they pass it over to him, they've just cheered the last person. Boo.
Yeah.
I'll just say this, innit? See how Robbo told all the fans I'm not telling man how to think, and that I'll pass that. I don't really care, innit? But what I will say is, if everyone says they love Liverpool as much as they do, and everyone's so happy about winning this league, it ain't about booing Trent. It's just about cheering for everyone else. But what are you doing? Because that means that's what you're thinking about, then, bro. Like, you're bringing the vibes. It's not Trent bringing the vibes down at that point. It's you, bro.
It's you, exactly.
You don't need to boo. Like, when he walks around, everyone does the lap of honor and that. I'm not saying to give like a particular clap to him and his family. No. You're going to be clapping and that anyway. Just, you get me? I don't make it weird, bro, because
I mean, let's be honest, at this point, the tagline, you never walk alone, don't exist anymore, because there's bad players in the Liverpool team who are walking alone these days. You know what I mean? They're walking alone, and yes, a lot of the noise is on the social media side of the things, and that's one thing that what's the name? Kerkez, sometimes, man, bro, you say the right things and then you contradict yourself. He came out and said no one should tell Liverpool fans how they should feel. And then he goes around and said, oh, we should have never booed them. How you said them, nobody should tell them how to feel, but yet you don't want them to boo him. That does not make sense to me.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is, Quasi? The reason why that's the case, and he's just like any other Liverpool fan, they don't like it when other fans go and check them on stuff that they know that they're in the wrong for. It's until they go and say that it's all right. So if it's an Arsenal fan or United fan going and saying, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, this was wrong, they'll go and try and twist it. Like I saw someone, and I don't know, like maybe because I'm from South London as well, yeah, and I know some of his people stuff. But I think Rio was like, yeah, look, I'm not gonna lie, the way Trent got booed and stuff, like it didn't sit right with me. And someone said, yeah, but you cheated on your wife and that, and it's like. The
comment was actually worse than that as well, bro. But
it was worse than that. I don't want to go and say it.
No, yeah.
It was worse than that, but it was just like, yeah. But that too, like you going and saying what someone did is wrong doesn't mean that what they're telling you is wrong. Do you understand? Yeah. Like, if a brother in prison tells you, yeah, brother, I'm not gonna lie, you shouldn't, don't do drugs, bro, because otherwise you're finito. Like, what are you gonna say? But you did it though, so yeah. You can't tell me
the only thing with that though, Jerry, I feel like with fans, I think they should be allowed to express themselves, and the way it will come across by you agreeing with it is saying that you're without saying you're kind of policing what fans should feel, and I don't want to do that for me personally.
I don't think it comes across.
No, I don't. No, but it is because you're giving an example of what someone is saying that should happen, and agreeing with it and expecting the fans to do that. That's you without saying that's what you're doing. That's what you are actually.
It's because of my perception. That's because of my perception of the Liverpool fans. Hence why.
You're agreeing in the fact that no one should boo the player then. No one should boo the player.
No, they shouldn't. That's my opinion. Same way you can voice it, I'm allowed to voice it.
But then that's one thing. So they should allow to boo the players as well.
No. They people can do what they want, right? But what I'm saying is, I don't think it's right? And ultimately, I want to be aligned with a club that aligns with my morals, right? So if you're again, I don't like.
Yeah, but then you're basing fans that's Liverpool. No. That's what I've been saying.
No. But it's not some. It's been the majority.
No, it can't be majority, bro, because the majority of fans ain't in the stadium. Liverpool.
Majority of fans on social media. Then look at how social media's talked about.
But you're looking at handful. You're not reading through 1,000 comments and going, "Yeah, that's all."
I don't need to do that. It's the same way people.
But that's what I'm saying. It's the minority that's getting the loudest voice.
So hold
That's
on. So hold
incorrect,
on.
bro.
No,
I
no,
can't
no,
agree
no.
with
So on the flip side, So on the flip side, when people go and say Liverpool fans are classy fans and then they clap off the fans and stuff,
But they are though.
But based on what?
Based on how the club has carried themselves over the
the
few
minority.
years, bro. What are we doing?
Exactly. Based on the
No,
minority.
no. It's the like
That's
you
what I'm
can't do
saying.
that, bro.
You know that
That's what I'm saying.
You can't do that because
both got
of,
the exact same argument. You both
That's
argue
what I'm saying.
the point, but you both
no,
make
because how's mine different? How mine is different?
you can't prove that it's the minority, and Jerry can't prove that it's the
No, but I
majority.
can because of how the club has carried themselves. How many years have we said players are getting booed? So it's been over like years without players getting booed, right? And it's the one moment where it's happened again. So the club has carried themselves in a very pristine way. Apart from this moment, you can't then say using that as the club is not carrying themselves in the right way. Because we've shown years of not doing that.
The reason why there wasn't no one booing before because there wasn't a situation to present for them to boo. So
nobody, you know, the funny thing is nobody booed Coutinho when he disrespected the club worse than what Trent did.
No, because Coutinho done the slighting and that. He had a back.
What people should feel, bro. It's mad.
No, Coutinho had a back injury and that. What he said he did and that. Then dipped off. The one.
And just the maddest thing as well is that you feeling how you feeling, and you will know this ends. Just because you feel a certain way doesn't mean you have to act on it.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, but you can't.
No. There's multiple times. No. There's multiple times.
They should be able to boo if they want to boo. Simple.
Yeah. So if I want to slap you in the face on the parade,
you can try. That's fine. Yeah, I'm not going to say you can't do it. You could try.
Not you. But that's my point. Is that I don't agree, and this is why I'm saying about this is why for me, when I talk about going to the parade, this is the last parade I'm going to, because for me, the more like morally, the way I go and look at it, the contradiction of how it is, the way I viewed, and this is me, the way I viewed Liverpool fans, I always said we are different. We are different. The way we operate isn't the same. Ultimately, we've ended up being like the Arsenal fans. We've ended up being like the Arsenal fans.
But you can't use the one moment as like your overview of Liverpool.
That's the one moment. Listen, the Xhaka moment was the one moment. I don't remember them booing their players ever. Until they went and booed Xhaka. I don't remember it. That's the one moment. And I'm like, but that's not us though, which is fine. Again, people can do what they want. My opinion is though, and this is my opinion, it doesn't sit right with me. Hence why I've got a problem with it. But likewise, I'm able to voice it. I'm not in the crowd. I'm not going to tap in the crowd to be like, why are you booing for? You shouldn't be booing. But if someone asks my opinion on the booing, I'm going to tell you what my opinion is. If no one asks me my opinion,
that's fair. You're giving your opinion, but the way that your opinion is coming across, someone listening, I'm just saying, it sounds like you're trying to tell the other fans that are booing the way they should feel about the situation and how they should conduct themselves.
Conducting is
that's
different.
how, but that's what you're expecting. You're saying that's how they should have conducted. So you're not only giving your opinion, you're telling them what to do. This is what I'm saying. You're not saying it directly, but that's how it's coming across. You're not saying, listen to what I'm saying, and I'm right. You're not doing that.
Exactly. So ultimately, if they take it like that, that's their prerogative. Because the same way someone's going me telling me, no, Trent's a rat, they should be doing this. Anyone that backs him, people are doing the same thing on the flip side. People are doing the same thing on the flip side. I'm telling you, when someone asked me, it was my opinion on the Trent. Remember, Quasi's asked me about the Trent thing, right? And I'm saying, I don't know how this is going to be because X, Y, Z. That's as simple as that. Ultimately, I'm not going and I'm fighting someone because of this Trent nonsense. What I'm saying is I find that ironic how we go and talk about the motto of you never walk alone. We go and talk about this, and ultimately what we're having is the one time, and this is what it is, if you're saying this after how many years, the one time something goes against us that we don't like, we're now jumping on the bandwagon.
No, it's not about going against them. They felt like the guy did them dirty, and that's why they boo. So don't water it down and make it seem like something little. To them, it's not little.
Yeah, that's my point.
But to them, it's not. That's why they're doing what they do.
But I've been asked my opinion. I'm not speaking about Jack from L5. I'm not speaking about
how we agree that the fact is that it's not about, because you're right, I get what Enz is saying about you telling them how to feel, but it's not the telling you how to feel, it's the expression of the feelings, because it's affecting everyone else around them as well at the same time. So like, if man are lifting the trophy and we've all gone there we're not going to be there, none of us, we ain't got the ticket, be at the parade. But if everyone's there to enjoy themselves and then man are booing in between on this particular day, not the other matches, when we're trying to pick up the trophies, like, come on, man, like this is kind of crazy. And I do understand what Jerry's saying, because I felt like that this season as well, where I've always, anytime I've spoke to somebody and I've introduced them to like the football club, or I've took my missus to the Anfield and that, it's always me bigging up the club. Oh my God, you don't understand, our fans are different, it's classy and that, blah, blah, blah. But the situation never presented it to us before to see what our fans would be like. So you can only act a certain way until it, and then as soon as it presented itself, I was like, oh, okay, well, which is fine, because then I realized we're still a special club to me because it's my club. but we're not different to other fans. We're like exactly the same. And then when everyone's like, "Oh no, but we are," I'm like,
you had an opportunity to show it.
I've seen worse things happen at this club, and the person not get booed though. So,
and you know, Savage, and that comes in and Mix Mitchell. You talking about Coutinho is not a scouser, and he gave us 150. If Trent would have given us 150, would have been okay for him to move. Coutinho told us that he has a back injury and he was playing for Brazil. How much disrespect is that? And personally, you know, just for us so we can move on, unless, G, you know, you have something to say about this. I agree with both sides. The idea is the rest of the rivals, which we shouldn't listen to, but the rest of the rivals said, as much as they've demonized Liverpool fans, yet they used it against us, saying, you guys were always the fan base that was, you know, looked at the highest regard. And on this occasion, you guys kind of fail, right?
That's my point. That's why I said that Jerry and Enzo both arguing the same point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree with both sides. Yeah,
but it's all but none of both Enzo and Jerry are both not looking going into detail and scientifically stats and that to find out what the number of decibels of who's booing and who's clapping Trent. None of them are. So either way, you're both sides of the spectrum. It's just both what you both feel in it. My point was just like, when someone asked, would you boo? I'm like, I wouldn't boo. Do you agree with it? No. I can't tell everyone what to do. But the day when we're lifting the trophy, I want to express more that I definitely don't think it's right to boo this time, bro. Because it's not just you, it's affected. And now, since Trent got booed the first time, we've heard from the players, bro, and they don't like it.
They don't like it, yep.
They don't want their lifting the trophy to be tainted by you lot booing and that. Because at that point, you can still blame Trent and go, "Oh, Trent's bringing the mood down," but it's you bringing the mood down because you actually don't have to boo. You can think it's a piece of shit in your head the whole time, bro. You can speak to the person next year. Oh, look at this fucking number 66, the prick, bro.
Right.
Going out your way to boo that.
That's my point. You know, like we've been in crowds. I've been in crowds before. Where someone's done a rubbish pass. And they've been like, fucking shit, and I've done the same thing. I'm like, oh, you're so rubbish, right? I don't go there out of my way and then my actions to go and make it affect everyone else and stuff. But when we're sitting in the stand, we're talking about Nunes, bro. Was I berating Nunes on the side of the pitch? Gee, nah, bro. We spoke and we're like, bro, that is rubbish from Nunes, bro. Yeah, you know, he's done. You know,
no,
I'm saying to myself, I'm allowed to. Of course, I pay my money. I'm allowed to avoid. I'm allowed to feel how I want to feel. I'm allowed to voice my opinion. But ultimately, the way you act doesn't only affect you, it affects everyone around you. That is why, as men, and we were talking about even men, it's about checking your actions because you can feel how you want to feel every single day. But the way you go and act is more of an indicator of what type of individual you are, how you feel. In my opinion.
I think this is a great conversation. And G, do you have any?
I said that in this conversation.
That's what I said, Kwasi. That's what I said. I think for everyone to be able to like not ruin the day, don't put him on the pitch, bro. Just in case. It's the just in case.
He's got to go on the pitch to pick the trophy up, though, isn't he? He's got to go on the pitch to pick the trophy up.
No, but that's as I said, Sam. I don't mind that at the end. If it's at the end, like we know he's not. He's not gonna. Sav, he walked on the other day and he didn't get booed, innit? When he was, no one booed him. Everyone was celebrating. It's you were putting him on side to go right. The moment now, the camera shifts. Substitution. It's highlight. Everything's about him in that moment. But when the game is done and we're celebrating, everyone's partying, him walking onto the pitch ain't gonna change how people feel. They're just gonna be in full party mode.
All right, quick question. I want to get Enz's opinion on this. I think it's interesting. So, do you think Liverpool will do what they did with Origi and stuff, where they give him he gets a guard of honor and claps? Because ultimately, the club will have to show a sign of respect to him. It's not just going to be a case of he's a under 15 player that's just been a ball boy.
That's what you're expecting the club to do. They might.
I'm saying, what do you think? I'm saying,
I don't think.
It's not what I'm expecting. I said,
I don't. My answer to it, I don't know. I don't know. But if they do that, then we'll see what happens with the reception for that. But I don't know. I don't know if that's in the best interest for the team in that moment, because then it's you don't know what's going to happen. And what I said, I don't want anything to ruin the day on that day. I don't want this, like, it just becomes about him because he's bigger than just him, bro. We just won the Premier League. So if the club does that, cool, no problem. But if they then boo and whatever, then we can't say nothing about it because we put ourselves in that situation for that to happen. Because then the commentators, the pundits, that's all they're gonna pander and do to, because they know that's what's gonna sell the story.
Do you think something? But do you think fans can control whether they boo or not?
It's an emotional day, bro. They're not going to, bro. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm rather
not put ourselves in that position to do that. I rather not put ourselves in that position on the day to do that. So if it means don't putting him on, cool, then I know, right? If he walks onto the pitch after the game, say that. If he walks onto the pitch after and whatever, then that's cool, innit? It's not about him, it's about the team in that moment.
How about if he lifts the trophy? How about if the cameras pan to him and the trophy is being given to him from Robbo?
We did see at Anfield. We did see at Anfield when Curtis pushed him over, the fans were celebrating, right? So we've seen moments when they've done that beautiful part when he goes, "Now go on, man." They're singing your name and blah blah blah. We've seen that. We've seen at the end of the Brighton game when he went over to the away fans. Everyone was over there clapping, whatever. Everyone was.
The part what you just said when Jones pushed him out, the video had not come out yet. The video came out after that.
Yeah, I'm talking about. I'm talking about on the podium. I'm talking about on the podium ends. You see, on the podium.
That's what I'm talking about.
Bro, stop.
When Virgil picks up the trophy, then he kisses it, then he gives it to Salah, he picks it up, then he gives it to Trent, then everyone starts booing.
Can we wait for that moment? But listen, I'd rather let's enjoy it instead of it becoming about him during the game. Did I hear what I just said?
But you're not the ones who don't care about the game, though. That's what I'm saying. Ain't it worse in the
No, I care about the conversation. I care about the day, bro, not the result. I don't care about. If we lose, then it's cool.
No, but how are you separating the day though? Like it's all one thing.
Because it's about partying, bro. Like it's about enjoying.
But they're not going to be partying while they're playing, aren't they? My point is, you're saying it's about
getting my point across, and it's mad, bro. I'm not getting my point across. It's not about Trent, and I don't want to be about Trent.
I can hear you words though. You just said it's about partying, but my point is, the party won't take place while they're playing football. It'll take place after, but after's where they pick the trophy up. So I'm just saying, isn't the most important?
If you ruin the party before the party starts, bro, when the party is on, it's going to be ruined throughout because it's going to be about him. That's my point.
I get your point, Ends. My worry is that I don't think him coming on or that affects the whole media because what the media are going to do.
We've seen it. We've seen it.
No, we did because that was the first game.
No, but we've seen it. So what do you mean won't happen? We've seen it.
Bruv, let me explain it. I'm saying it's the first game he had after dropping the video, right? So I'm saying that this one right now, what's going to happen is because it is the last game, right? It is the last game at Anfield because it's the trophy. What the cameras are going to keep doing, whether he comes on or doesn't come on, they're going to be panning to the camera. They're going to be panning. And what it's going to do is just actually going to build up. And I feel like it's going to become a thing personally where it's like, oh, he didn't come on in his last game or Slot being disrespectful. That's going to be the conversation. Then what happens is the only time you go and see him is when he's lifting the trophy now. It's like there's almost a build up to it. So I don't know whether there's a massive difference, right? Unless you go and tell Trent, just stay at home. Don't even get involved in the celebrations, right? I don't think there's a massive difference whether he comes on or doesn't because ultimately the eyes are going to be on him because if he's at the ground and because he was involved in his title, he's still at
all right, but Jerry, you're saying you don't think it's going to be a problem. The whole point of the players moaning the other day was they saw their boy come onto the pitch.
I didn't say it's not going to be a problem. I didn't say that. I said whether I don't think there's going to be a difference.
You said you don't see if it's going to be a difference, which means you don't see it as a problem.
No. I think it's going to be a problem either way. That is not me saying.
Can't be either way because you've seen the pattern. He came on. Salah didn't like it, but all these men said they didn't like it. Robbo said he didn't like it. Let's leave him off the pitch. Yeah, let the celebration go and whatever. If it happens in a moment when they give him the trophy and then he celebrates, and it happens, bro, then cool, no problem. But let's not let this take over the day and then feeds into that moment as well. If that moment happens, let that moment happens at the end, out the way. Not right now, bro. Not during the game. Don't set the tempo in the bad way. Don't set, everyone like, yo, this waste man's on the pitch again, blah, blah, blah. Let's just wait till the end. Let Virgil go and lift the trophy, celebrate with the team. Everyone's running around the pitch going crazy. And then at the end, if everyone gets the moment where they pass the trophy and whatever, and it happens to him, whatever, bro. Like, it is what it is, innit? But I'd rather enjoy it all the way instead of it just be about him during the game while I'm watching it. Come to the end, they're going to be pandering to him again. Now he's going to look all upset. I'm like, bro, I didn't, I ain't paying my TV to see Trent the whole time. I want to see everyone enjoying themselves. I don't want to hear the commentators. I'm going to have to be muting my TV because all they want to do is, oh, yeah, Trent got booed again. No, bro. Let me enjoy the occasion. If that's what you guys want, cool. I'm not telling you guys what to do. But I don't want to see that. And
I hear that. I'm just saying that I think the media are still going to run the Trent narrative. And I think you can't stop the media spinning it because they're going to pan.
Here's my yes. I'm not saying they probably won't, but I'm saying if we don't give them that reason, then they probably won't run it until something happens at the end. And if it happens at the end, at least the whole day wasn't about him.
Now you're making sense, but you're arguing something completely different because Jerry's saying that if he doesn't come on the pitch, they do the same thing when he's on the bench anyway, and we've got evidence of that. When he doesn't play since he said he was going, the camera still goes on him when he's on the bench, and they got.
My point is, I don't want it to ruin the game as it's going on and then through the day.
But I'm saying the media team and the fans in the stadium are two different things, isn't it? So we're also at home watching it. That's their job in media to find stuff to talk about.
So you think they're going to make it about Trent while the game's going on?
No, I don't think they'll make the whole thing about Trent because there's SALAH to talk about as well. The SALAH just picks up on the ward, the slot, but it's 90 minutes.
My point then, I'd rather enjoy the game and then they're not making it about him. If he comes on and they boo him, it will turn to him.
Yeah, my point is that the other games that we played when they were talking about Trent, they didn't make the whole game about Trent. It's just that they spoke about him. My point is that they're just going to talk about him anyway, either way, because that's what media teams do. Like, I don't even begrudge them. That's how they get people watching. They want to say funny things and all that. That's normal. So that's not a problem. And then for the people in the stadium, they won't know that anyway. So I wouldn't even make that point. All I was saying is I don't see the separation for me. Like the most important point of the day for me now, and I still want to win the game, is when they lift the trophy because now it's finally they've lifted the trophy. That's the part of me. Listen, none of us are right, bro. I'm just saying that if I had the choice, that's why I didn't say he was wrong. I would much rather them boom warming up or something than when they're lifting the trophy. And that's when the boys are in. The season's actually done now. Yeah, it's done. We can lift that trophy.
I agree.
And then in between that, maybe they won't. We don't know.
It's more about him coming on the pitch, not just standing there warming up. It's more about him coming on the pitch.
Yeah, but either way, both of them. Then, if it's coming on the pitch, I'm just saying that the most important part to me is if they're passing the ball around in the boo Trent compared to everyone standing next to each other, they're taking the photo, the champagne's going everywhere, and they're passing the trophy to each other. Which, by the way, that's going to be the new intro to Sky Sports next year and all that. I'm not trying to see the man them look like.
The evidence. That's why I lean towards more like not putting him on the pitch at all. The evidence why I use is when I saw him come on and what the reaction was and how the players felt. I'm like, all right, cool. He's going to leave a bad taste. Then I watched the Brighton one. And I'm like, oh, he was warming up. No one was booing him. He then come on the pitch after and was clapping the fans. No one said nothing. They were partying. So I'm like, right, can we just have that then? Can we have that moment then instead of the other one?
I get that point. I just don't think because it's at Anfield and because it's about the title and because at any point, it doesn't matter whether it's at the beginning, at the middle, it's going to be a point where it's going to be about him because that is the story and we can't control that. Right, unless he just doesn't turn up, and even then it will become a story in the media. But at the ground, it won't be that. But I'm saying what will happen is, remember, he's vice captain, right? Like currently he's vice captain. After Trent, he's the one that's he's probably going to get the trophy to lift it. And so it's going to be, and that will ruin the day. That will still ruin the day, whether he's on the pitch or not.
Not for me, because I've been able to watch the game. I've been able to see the captain lift it. And I've been able to enjoy the moments in between that. And if that happens at the end, so be it. But don't ruin it throughout the game for me. Don't ruin it at the end. I don't want to hear man just pant like before Virgil even lift the trophy. Then man, Trent leaving and blah blah blah. And then Arne Slot said this and how do you feel about it? I'm like, bro, it's not about this brother today, bro.
Nice.
I don't want that for me.
As a viewer, will become that regardless. That's my point. Whether it's at the end or the beginning, it's going to become that.
Well, let's see what happens on the day.
Yeah. No, you guys are making great point. I think this is a great conversation. People, I promise you, great conversation. Whether you agree with Jerry or disagree with Ants, at the end of the day, you have a choice to make it. But let's move on to what the people have been waiting for. That people will be talking nonsense in the chat, talking about this is just. Is it what they call clickbait and all that kind of stuff? No, it's not a clickbait. This conversation has been happening.
That's man them reading with the ears again, bro. I seen bear man cussing the ends in the chat. If you read the actual title, it says soon at the end, blood donuts.
People know they just saw here we go and then they stop.
So yeah, that's crazy. Supposedly, apparently, I don't know, so I can't speak firsthand. It says the brother, when he came here, he was looking around the city, visiting different houses, according to the reports and colleagues in England. Liverpool are ready to pay whatever it takes. So if it's going to take 100 mil, the man them are ready to pay that. If it's 150 mil, they're ready to take that. I'll go back. Then this one, it says from him, quotes from him. As I said, I'm not giving you, if I was there and I interviewed him, this is what's coming out. The brother is saying, I was grateful for buying Bayer, but my heart is not fully here anymore for a while. Bayern was a great team. My only dream my only dream. But then the biggest club in England showed this incredible desire to have me. There's a passion, there's vision, makes me rethink all of it. So the brother is saying, look, Bayern was here, but then visiting England, the vision that they've given me, spoken to the manager, maybe some players, I don't know, just speculating at this moment in time. And the brother's saying, I'm rethinking it. So Liverpool obviously are not going to be standing there going, right, we're just going to be just, flirting with the player, like just talking to Bayer Leverkusen for no reason. Clearly, he's giving them some indication that if you guys are serious about having me at this football club, I'll come to that team. So if Liverpool's saying the money isn't the issue now, it's now about down to the player to make that decision. And he's saying, look, I prefer this, then cool. The other reports I saw was the player himself hasn't agreed to go Bayern. It was more from his dad, which obviously the family is the agents. That's kind of gone, yeah, this is probably the next step. But now the player's been able to go and see what Liverpool's offering. He's more convinced about the direction of Liverpool than Bayern Munich. So
quick question on that, because I want to ask, I think, no, go on.
No, I was saying, so he basically wants Liverpool because Bayern was his dream, and you know what I mean? It didn't really work out like
that. Quick one, because I know obviously it's End's channel, and actually I don't think he's been asked this question.
Quasi's channel today.
Quasi,
JJ, come on, man. What are you doing, bro?
Apologies. But quick one, why, or everyone in the panel, why do we think Liverpool are going so hard for this player? Considering it's not like an opportunity thing. It's not like you can get him on the cheap, and we've got players in that position.
He makes the team better, bro.
Yeah, but that goes for a lot of players, though, isn't it? Like I'm trying to understand, and maybe like you guys are more in the know. Why is it him? Like, why is it not? I don't know. Rodrigo as an example. That seems like an opportunity right now in the market, right? That makes the team better. Why is it not Isak that you can get probably for a similar amount, a similar fee? That's at 150. That the way I saw it there, it said 100, 150. That's a massive jump, you know.
So that would be like what, 100. That's 120 million.
Yeah, no, but that's a third. But that's a third. That's saying 150. If you're saying 150, then you might as well say 200 at that point. The way you've just jumped across, like that's a massive jump. 100, 150.
I think it's more because he's probably looked at as one of the young top talents out there for the 10 role, seeing what he offers, probably done the data stuff as well, maybe backing what they think or thought of the player in the first place. So they're like, right, we need to go and get him in now, because now he will help this team elevate from where we currently sit. You're right in terms of there's other players like Szoboszlai that's played in there. We've had conversation about McAllister probably playing in the 10 as well. Curtis has had the opportunity in there. Harvey's had the opportunity in there. But this brother is him when it comes to that position. He's still young, he's saying experience, but he's had so much experience playing from international level and playing, at the top level for so long, and still incredibly young. I think it is an opportunity, because when we saw Kvaratskhelia go in January, like that was an opportunity. Maybe we took too long, or we didn't realize, and we tried to understand the situation, went in too late. We're at the early stage now, where the player, I thought obviously he already made his mind up to go Bayern. Clearly it's early, and they've thought, why don't you come and listen to what we have to offer and see what you think? And clearly whatever we did, whatever videos we put up, whatever the position, the conversation, the signings we laid down, whatever it may have been, it's obviously made him think twice, like, ooh, this could be a place. Secondly, it probably helps that his boy Frimpong moved there. We spoke earlier about obviously Kerkez as well, thinking to move to Liverpool obviously helps with your brethren being here. Not saying that's the end or be all. You don't have to follow your friend around, but Liverpool are trying to go in the right direction, and players like this is massive. And if we can get him across, it shifts the needle in a different direction. It shifts the needle for me, bro. Personally, shifts it, and then you can go and look, and you're gonna tell other guys. Not only did we keep Virgil, we kept Salah. But then you're bringing in, Florian Wirtz, bro. That's crazy. Beat Bayern Munich for the signing. I wonder what they sold to this brother in the reason why. So you're right. There's players that can play there, bro, but he's the better one to play there. And what does it mean for other players in the team? I don't know, bro. We crossed that bridge when we get there, but this guy's there, bro. I want him in this team, bro.
Yeah. Jerry, man, what are you saying on? I'm gonna say Jerry. Sorry, G. You've been silent for a while. What are you saying about this, man?
Nah, I think he'll go to Bayern. I think he'll end up there.
Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
I think he's got a meeting
Quasi,
with
can you
Bayern this
control?
week
Can you
as
control G? Come on, like
Have a word, man. These brothers, bro.
Nah, like the quote. It's not a real quote. Like we don't even. I think it will be more a case of if Bayern can't sort out their own situation with Bayern Leverkusen. That's what we're waiting for. I don't get twisted. If Bayern can't pattern it up, I think it will come to Liverpool 1,000,000%. I think Liverpool are in the best position outside of Bayern. But it's Bayern Munich. Like, yeah, I'm not German, but from what I hear, that's the club that they want to play for. Like, it's just that's the team. You're always going to want to pick them, unless it's Real Madrid, Barcelona, obviously. Then that's the club that you're going to want to go for. And they've probably put in more groundwork than anybody. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, I think he'll go Bayern, and then Liverpool just go for like a cheaper alternative, which, by the way, probably could be a very good player. I don't know who that is, but it could be a very good player. We always seem to pivot, and that pivot seems to be kind of calm anyway. But I've just got this feeling that, like, it just seems like you're destined to go to Bayern. Like, it would literally be Bayern fucking it up. They fuck it up, then Liverpool are pole position, spend the money, get him, over the line in a red tear. But you got to realize Bayern Leverkusen are waiting for Bayern. Like, they could have easily have said to Bayern, nah, where, like, it is what it is. Bro, they're waiting for Bayern to make some type of move. Like, Bayern are the only club, I believe, to have put in a bid of sorts. But Bayern Leverkusen are like, nah, we ain't accepting that kind of thing. So,
but
yeah,
apparently Leverkusen don't want to sell to Bayern, innit?
They don't want to sell.
Whether they want to or not want to will probably be semi-irrelevant come the end of it anyway, to be honest, because
It still would be though, G, wouldn't it? Because if you
No,
don't
no,
want to sell to him,
that's
the
what I say.
player can't then say, yo, you gotta accept whatever.
No, that's why I say semi-irrelevant, because I'm saying if he then says, I don't know, let's as an example, let's say everybody, Bayern, Man City, Liverpool, let's say they all put the same amount. So I'll just say 120. Let's say they all put 120. If he then says he wants to go to Bayern, they're going to have to figure something out to then try and get him to go to Bayern. If not, and they're like, we're not going to sell him to him, blah, 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 whatever, then of course, that's why I say Liverpool are in pole position after that point. But right now, for me, it just looks like they're just waiting for Bayern to really pattern up whatever I don't know what it is they need to pattern up. They just need to pattern up something. Pattern up whatever is on your side, come back in with a better bid or whatever, then we'll sell him to you. Because the reality is, bro, it's going to be very difficult for a club like Bayern Leverkusen to not accept that money that could be on the table. You're not that rich. You ain't got that type of money. So the reality is you're going to likely want to accept it anyway. I get it. You don't want to sell to your rivals, but if they're the ones putting up the money the same as everybody else, it's not like Liverpool are going to go 150 but these men go 120. If Liverpool putting the same money as these men, then you'll be like, well, this is it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's why I say Liverpool pole position 1,000,000% if he doesn't go to Bayern. But I think Bayern are the first option, and we just move from there. But I would love to see Wirtz, by the way. Like, he'd be a sick. Everything N said about him, 100%. I agree.
Say the value is, G. Say the value that they put is like, I don't know, 135, right? But Bayern saying they're not doing it, and Liverpool says, yep, we're going to do that. Then Bayern goes, right, I'm going to accept that.
So
would you think? No, say
Liverpool.
Yeah, so they go, we're going to accept Liverpool's bid because they're willing to pay what we're asking for. Do you think he then will move? Or do you think he would like, no, let's just wait and see if Bayern can come up with the money that you're asking for?
Yeah, I still think he'll be like, let me just wait and see. But he's not going to turn down necessarily a move to Liverpool. Like, I don't think he's looking at Liverpool and thinking, I wouldn't never go there. I don't think it's that type of situation. I just think that you've got your first choice. It's like your first choice university, like, when you come to the end of college and it's like, nah, I kind of want to, I've picked my 3 universities. I kind of want to go to this one. Let me see if I get the UCAS points enough to get to this one. If I don't, I'm more than happy to go to my second university, but let me see if I can get to my first choice, whether that's Hertfordshire or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like, let me just see if I can actually get that. But of course, the second choice, I've put it there for a reason, because I don't mind going to that second choice or third choice because I'm calm with those as well. But I don't really want to go to Leicester University. That's kind of dead. I'd rather go to
on that then, yeah. Because obviously it came out obviously saying that Liverpool want to spend 100, 150, doesn't matter, just want to get the player, right? If Liverpool do not get him, right, who is the one in pole position for Liverpool? Because Wirtz has got his little number 1 and number 2, and he can do that. I doubt Liverpool are in the situation where they're just getting all eggs in one basket. And if we don't get this, then who's the next one?
That I don't know. Like that. I mean, Javi Simmons. Everyone talks
that's my point. So it goes back to it. When we get a Javi Simmons, and we can get that, brother. But it's like, do we actually need him though? You're getting him, but do you need him? That's why, like, you know, like there's players that move the needle, but there's players that move the needle in other positions that we like. Isak moves the needle, right?
Yeah.
But like Gyökeres still moves the needle for us.
Yeah.
Wirtz obviously moves the needle because he's just an incredible player. But Liverpool pivot and get another player then, and then the slot have to change his plans, or are we getting another 10? Are we gonna like? I don't know how Wirtz fits into what Liverpool's plans, if that makes sense. It just seems like a name, like you know, like you go on career mode and you're like, yeah, bro, Wirtz. Just grab Wirtz, and you don't really need Wirtz, but you grab him because you like him and you call. Like I want him as well, but it's like.
No, I agree, and this is why I say, like, when it comes to Liverpool, we know how they move, bro. Like they'll make that pivot player that was always the guy that we was looking for, anyways. Like we weren't even really looking at Wirtz. Like it will just come out like that anyway. But who that player is, honestly, bro, I don't know. Because even Wirtz coming in, I'm like, I don't even know where you're gonna play, bro. Like it's the same thing with Frimpong. I'm like, it's interesting. Get the players. Manager knows what he's gonna
figure it out, innit?
Yeah, he'll figure it out in his own. He's probably figured it out in his head already. We just don't know until we get to see it. But in my head, I'm like, all right, well, Liverpool don't play with a 10. So are we now going to play with a 10 for you to play? Or what everyone keeps telling me, is he going to just play as a false 9? Like maybe that way, like I 9.5, sorry, 9.5. Like, is he gonna do like, I have no idea how it works, because then you're right. If you get a Javi Simmons as an example, right? Was you gonna get him to do the same thing you was gonna get Wirtz to do? Because if so, I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's gonna give you the same results that you're looking for that you was gonna get with Florian Wirtz. So honestly, listen, listen. I hope we get Wirtz. By the way, people. Let's just wait and see on that.
Yeah. At this point, Savage, it seems like it's in the court of the family of the Wirtz family, right? Liverpool has made a great impression to the point where his first option is not his first option. He's stuck between the two. You know, if rumors have to be believed, he's going to talk to the Bayern hierarchy this week or next week.
The only thing is, if you keep saying his family, it makes him sound like a little child, doesn't it? Again, so
I mean, his family takes.
Just to say, his agent is the family.
Yeah, his family is his agent, right? So,
but it makes him sound like a child looking for like a new school, bruv. Like, but listen, personally, like I don't have any evidence of Liverpool buying world class players in it. So I know it sounds like I'm being pessimistic. I'm not. It's just evidence in it. So I hope it is true when he comes to Liverpool. I can't take that quote serious because there's two parts of that quote. The first part of it said, Bayern's my dream. That's what I saw. So everything else after that was over for me. Now, you take away the part that Leverkusen don't want to sell to Bayern, it stinks like the Caicedo deal to me. Like, it sounds exactly the same. Liverpool put up the money, act like they've got it all, and then he ends up at Bayern anyway, like Caicedo ended up at Chelsea. That's literally what I think. So,
and that's the PTSD of the fan base.
It's that, but there's PTSD, but then there's experience of being a Liverpool fan. That's literally what happened. It's not, and it only just happened as well. So when Jerry said, then if you don't get him, then what's the next guy? That's what I want to know, because it's very risky business. All this marketing going towards him and all this PR going towards him, and then you don't get him, because now you've let all the other clubs know what money you've got. So you see that young Eze you was going to get for cheaper. Now we're asking another 20, and you get me. Yeah. Now, or they might be trying to make the club look as ambitious as possible, and if we can get it over the line, we'll do it. But if not, we'll go back to something else. Then you go get Shirky or someone like that, brother. Exactly. Yeah, at least the fans will be on side, because like, oh, you went out there, got Frimpong straight away, and you got that's really the season before, and you did try and get Wirtz and that, and it's like then the conversation, like, you can't blame them, they tried. So for me, Shirky's cold anyway, brother. You know what I mean? As long as he stays. I think that's probably it, but I am with you. Like I know the Leverkusen and Bayern thing and that, but that's just a thing that whispers start going around and all that. You get me? I know that they're not their main rivals, but I know that they're rivals. But that's because in Germany, everyone in the Bundesliga hates Bayern. Like, it's a known thing. Everyone knows in that league, once you're at the title race, you will start celebrating. You start cheering for the other team. That's just a thing over there. So, but the point is, money talks, innit? So,
But this is the thing, I'm in a mode of I don't want to make excuses for the Liverpool hierarchy saying that we don't have the money. Liverpool has the money. The question is, they have the money.
You still got to start with business, though. You can't just pay the odds for anyone.
Exactly. Right? They have to do the right business. In terms of getting him, and this is the part where maybe I'm a little bit skeptic, is I'm tired of getting to the player where the player has to make the decision. Either you come in or you're not. This is a Zubimendi all over again. This is a Caicedo type all over again. Now, can we get him if he decide I'm open to the one who's going to win this bid? Oh, yeah, I think Liverpool will blow Bayern out of the water. Bayern is rich, but Liverpool has been saving for a very long time. Now, in terms of...
It doesn't sound like he's sure, though, does it? Because obviously, if Liverpool said they're willing to pay anything, and Wirtz said that like he would go to Liverpool, and Leverkusen saying that they won't sell to Bayern, then he should be a Liverpool player now. So clearly he's not.
Exactly. And the funny thing is, Bayer official tweet was, we haven't sold to Bayern since 2004. And the last person they did that was who? Michael Ballack, right? So it's like this was our best. You took our best player from us in 2004, and now you're going to do the same. So yes,
it's smart, because if you're going to take my best player, then I want the most money possible.
I want the most money.
Yeah, exactly. Leverkusen could be using us, to be honest, bro. I'm not even
trying. No, it could be,
bro. There's so many angles.
Because they go on, that it would have been easier for Leverkusen if Man City was still involved. They're like, listen, one, we don't want to sell to you anyway. And these two other Premier League clubs want him. Now it's one Premier League club, but it's a team that just won the Prem. So if you want him, we don't want to sell to you, but you better pay the money we're asking. That means all of a sudden Bayern can't barter the money. They have to pay the money what he's asking for. And Liverpool's sort of thinking, I'm kind of hoping that Bayern just drop out of it, because if Bayern drop out of it, he's already mentioned the two clubs interested, and then nobody's going to get him. So then all of a sudden Liverpool's like, no, 130 that he's talking about, we're going to give you 105 and you're going to love it.
Savage, I believe if Bayern were to say, okay, this thing over 100 is crazy, they will sell to Liverpool lesser than the 120 they're asking for.
They would, because Liverpool's not stupid. And then take it over, and then, get him for 95, and you see the over 25, go get Shirky 2 blood and run the game, bro.
They run the game. As a matter of fact, hey, bring KDB for free.
But hold on, but quick one, right? So if in a situation where Liverpool don't get Wirtz, right, do they have to also save face with the fan base, or do you think they'll just be like, nah, it's calm, we'll get the
they don't care about us.
You can't save the face of the fan base, bro.
They don't give a damn about us, boy.
They don't care, bro.
I need to. If you're not gonna get Wirtz, bro, I need you to be pulling in like KDB.
Nah, Simon's in it. Simon's.
Get
KDB. Stop that.
Get Modric on a free for like a year. Like I need to be just see him just pure.
But that's how I feel, innit? I feel like if the Wirtz thing doesn't happen, and the narrative with this Wirtz thing is like, again, you're sharing. He's saying he wants Liverpool. If you don't end up getting him, the pivot needs to be like, bang, 150 Isak. What are you saying?
Exactly. Literally, straight up. You go to Newcastle, no conversation. Here's the money.
I don't want to hear Liverpool exploring internal solutions. They sign up to a 1-year deal. They get him sharp. I'm like, hey, what's going on here?
Yeah, because you know what?
Even if you're gonna get Turkey, I want Turkey to be later in the window.
Well, once the Caicedo fell through last season, then all fans were asking all season is, no, you've got the Caicedo money, so buy us who we want, bro.
Exactly.
But then look what happened.
I actually don't think it. I know you're trying to make the kid like feel like special and that, so he comes to the club and that. But you don't want to start making it like you're twerking for him and making yourself look weak. You might want to start putting out a few feelers that were interested in another 10 as well of high profile, just so my man don't think he can take the piss with us, bro. Because we'll get left with egg on our face when he goes Bayern, bro.
Well, a bit like what Kerkez is doing with how Man City just came in out of nowhere. He starts telling man, listen, I got offers, baby. I got offers. You can't just
start with your old Instagram photos, like unliking stuff and that, like double tap.
Bro. You know the pictures you used to archive? Yeah, now they're coming back out on Instagram.
We need the Joyce thing. We need Joyce to drop the little Liverpool interested in Rodrigo agreement in place, slot season playing in that same role that Wirtz would do, even if you're not interested. So Wirtz knows, you see that package that they presented to me? You see that PowerPoint? They just took my picture off.
This is the thing,
and added Rodrigo's in it.
Can I tell you what this?
1 second, let me read that.
Sorry. Yes, please.
Big up to Daniel FC for the super chat, man. He says he makes this team elite in the build-up creation. He is a pressing monster.
That's true.
Can I just say on that? Yeah. By the way, 100% big up Donny, and you're right. With some players, I don't even need a statistical analysis of this brother. I just know that he's just going to
He's a baller.
you know, like I don't even need. I don't
Yep.
need like big up 100% because everything you said is blatantly true. But you know, like some players, I'm like, don't tell me what KDB is going to bring. I know what that nigga's going to bring. Like I know what he's here to do. Like we're good. We're good.
And I just want, you know, from what the sources have told me, and then to answer Jerry's. Let me finish.
No, it's not the show, man. Be respectful.
I know, why people shutting me down like that? You know what I mean?
Go on, finish. Go on.
And to answer, and to answer the initial question that Jerry asked, why this guy? Because this guy is an economy. Remember who represent him? Adidas. Who's gonna represent Liverpool? Adidas. So there is that correlation where we can make him that dude. The same thing Liverpool did with Virgil when Virgil went with Nike. When we won the Champions League, he became like the representation, especially on the American side. So there is a business sense to bring that guy, and it makes money sense. Because when you bring him in, Liverpool's gonna make money because we're gonna sell a lot of shirts, right? Adidas is gonna make money because we're gonna sell a lot of shirts. So both side wins, and I think that's the same reason.
Turkish sponsor my Adidas too, blood. You get me? F50 and that. You get me?
And that's what I'm saying. And that's what Bayern is also looking at, and that's what Bayern is always looking at.
Yo, what does Lamine Yamal? What boots does he wear in that? Oh, go on.
Well, you planning on getting him in, bro?
I did that.
No, I'm more than happy with him to stay at Barcelona.
He's Adidas as well, bro.
Come on,
yeah, man.
And Slot say he very likes him. But what the sources side is saying, Liverpool are trying to break heavy hitters. No, it's not just Wirtz. I already told you what Wirtz is bringing. Wirtz is bringing money to Liverpool. Even though we're gonna spend money to get him, we will. I guarantee we will make that money back in 2 years if we get him back. We get him. Why? Because he's an Adidas player. Liverpool makes money off Adidas sales. So that we already pay for the 120 or 130. In terms of heavy hitters that Liverpool are trying to bring in, I believe that we are looking at 3, and possibly we will do 2. So it could be Isak and somebody else. It could be Wirtz and somebody else, because Liverpool is at the point of dominance. Personally, I believe winning the league again is not good enough. You dominating the league just like City did. And for you to be able to do that, you can't just be getting players who are coming.
So last question then on the Wirtz thing for me, when does this get resolved then? Is it something that happens early? Is it something that goes into August? Do you know what I mean? And end of September, beginning of September? Like when as Liverpool fans, right? According to your sources, Quasi, right? Yeah. When do Liverpool fans? When do we go and when can we make sure? Like when do we know? All right, cool, we get Wirtz.
Well, from what those guys are saying is when Bayern makes that decision that we're gonna spend the money, and Wirtz is say, okay, I'm going there. So it has to come early. We cannot be hold that long like they did us with Zubimendi, where it's coming, because Hughes, you already catch an L on that. This time everybody's looking at Edwards, right?
I like the answer, Quasi, though, because he said stuff, but didn't really
Liverpool,
give away that.
You know, like that. I didn't hear an answer. Like I just heard
Liverpool.
Yeah.
So what Liverpool are doing, we could expect them in a couple of weeks' time. If he's not through the door, it's a pivot to someone else. It's not. It's Liverpool out the race, basically.
Yes. Because we all agreed that the money is there to buy him, right? Decision needs to be made whether from the Bayern side or from Wirtz side. So if Bayern said, just like City did, you know what, this is too expensive, then Edwards, we are all looking at you.
It's a great point, man. Why would Wirtz go to Bayern and play second fiddle to their star player?
No,
who's the star player?
Musiala, bro.
That's the guy that I wanted back.
He's not the star player in the team, bro.
Yeah, he's not. That's what I was about to say.
He's not the star player.
Who is?
Elise has probably been their star player this season.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a question.
I don't know how that works. Wirtz, Musiala, Elise. Is that what they're going to try to do?
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you for bringing that.
No, but you just said it. Like you just said it. There you go.
Is that what they're trying to do?
And I'll be honest. I mean, I still think they've got one of the best attacks anyway. But
yeah, they're gonna move Sane and them out anyway. So
yeah,
because remember they still have Kane.
Yeah. You just said 3 players who's behind the one striker.
Oh, okay.
So 4-2-3-1.
Sounds dangerous as hell, to be honest, bruv.
Bro, it does. It really does. As in, but remember, with Bayern, the problem that they've got as well.
They don't have a left side.
No, even that. They need to sell players. Like that's why they're trying to get
true.
Goretzka and other players out of there.
Sane is also on his way out from.
Yeah, Sane is on.
Sane is on his way. But this was a question that I asked Ant last week.
Chat to me.
Watching Germany, I've never seen Musiala and Wirtz start at the same time. Usually Wirtz is coming off the bench. So
play at the same time.
From
playing the Euros at the same time.
Yeah, the Euros they started at the same time.
Usually Wirtz was coming off the bench.
No, I've seen them play at the same time.
First game of the thing.
Yeah, I was going to say
and that's why I was the comment. I was kind of agreeing with the comment because I was like, how are they going to make it work? Because Musiala can do the 10 role, right? This kid is actually.
I'll be. You see Musiala, yeah. First and foremost, him and Wirtz, like they're the type of players that you don't like. Just put them anywhere, like they're good. Like he left, middle, up front, it really doesn't matter. Like you just play them. The only player who probably would need to stay in a position is Elise. He's probably the only one who's probably gonna have to stay wide right. But even he can, if you really wanted to, he could play number 10. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, he would go as the right inside for I don't know what people call it, the right guy. So I'm looking at those two and I'm saying, bro, that front four, like, are you mad? Like, if you can't win with that front four, like, if you can't go far in the Champions League and make it work, company, you need to be sacked, bro. Like, there's no way that doesn't work, bro. Like, you've got some of the best.
Allow him, G, man. Allow him, bro.
He's done the truth, though. That's a serious.
I think company's a very, very good manager, but I'm saying,
he's done well.
If you can't make that work, my brother, that's a you problem right there.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes too much attacking threat, it don't work. You sometimes need a bit of balance, innit?
True.
But they will have balance. They can have balance, though. You got two midfielders behind you. There's your balance. You're good.
Yeah, but what? Yeah, I mean, it might work.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how it works because let's be honest.
Okay, let's put you this way. Yeah, let's put you this way. If we sign Wirtz, how does the balance work?
Oh, it works.
It goes in the 10, bro.
Well, why does it?
Okay,
So if he goes in the 10, right, we're gonna have the same attacking issue of having, let's say, DIAZ, Florian Wirtz, SALAH, and whoever the striker is, right? So he's still got four players like Bayern in that same position, and only two men in midfield.
Oh yeah, with myself, I
and you got Frimpong and Kerkez. Nah,
I don't think but that's what I'm saying. I don't think Wirtz, if he comes to Liverpool, plays in the 10. I think he plays as the false 9.
Yeah, same. Same.
That's what I'm saying. 9.5.
So I think it's like
again,
Bayern, Wirtz playing instead of Kane as an example. Like I hear that, but to have all of that front three, right, and with that middle three or that the attacking mids, that three with Kane up top, that you know he's not doing any running back. At least he's not defending like that. You don't really want Musiala defending. You don't want Wirtz defending. You're just basically saying our fullbacks are going to be just mad deep, and the two in front are just going to sit. But then we play like that, so it becomes interesting. Top player, by the way, you want that kind of problem, but you do want a bit of balance in the team, innit, as well.
But this is where I feel like, see, I agree with you, by the way. Like it might be a bit mad, but then this is where I look at like PSG as an example. I know they play 4-3-3, but whatever. Like you got three attackers who don't really come back. Dembele isn't coming back to defend. He's just coming back to pick up the ball and then bounce.
Yeah.
Scalia, the same thing. Barcola, Doué, they all do the same thing. You've got obviously they've got three in midfield, so maybe that extra body does help. But then you've got the two wing backs who bomb forward and they they provide the width. So now you've just got this box of players of like your three midfielders, I guess, and then your two centre backs. So you got 5 players back. I feel like Bayern could just do the kind of a similar thing in that regards, where you just say, all right, if those 4 are going to be there, you can just have someone who's a bit more, you know what I mean?
They kind of did that at the end. Anyway, they played Goretzka and Kimmich sitting. And then but they played Muller in the 10 towards the end of the season, and then they had Elise on the left, and then my man on the right, Elise, and then Kane up top. They're just because Muller's done now. You just replace him with.
I'm not going to sit here, and for me, Wirtz is a name in it. I don't sit here and watch him every single week in, week out. I might have seen a couple of games last season when they won the league, so I'm not here to lie in it. When I think of Wirtz, I think of him just like a number 10. If he's more like a Muller, then it works in it, because I know Muller. I've watched Muller in it. Muller tactically working hard in terms of understanding. He's got that in the bag. So if Wirtz can do that, then great. But for me, Wirtz is like a Cherky. He's an offensive player, innit? I don't look at him and think,
but he's definitely a grafter, though, Wirtz. It's one.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
But okay, so
What's Liverpool's balance? Geez, right? Because where's SALAH going then? And before anyone says on the bench, every time we tried to put him on the bench this season, we was shit.
well, he said he's more comfortable on the 8, and they asked what's the name about that.
That's what I'm saying. Drop Gravenberch, bro. I'm saying.
G,
you got-
relax. G,
Come on, hey. Okay, I want Florian Wirtz to come now.
if Florian Wirtz comes in, yeah, do you think we can do similar to what PSG did?
I think
Yeah,
that's
that's-
what we're looking at.
That's
That
the
was-
only thing
No.
we can do.
I
I don't
think
think
we're-
Liverpool possess the midfielders to play the way that they do.
that means we need a. Well, we have McAllister. You gotta
Like,
get.
we can't have the man, the three in there, you know.
No.
But you say, nah, you just don't say that Gravenberch can't pass. That's crazy, bro. Don't say that.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I
No, why
don't
did
feel
you
like.
say there was other players in the midfield as well?
No, G said Gravenberch can't pass. That's what he said. Get Gravenberch out of here.
When did I say? When did I say?
Remember when he said what? He said that's why you get Gravenberch.
I never said anything. All I said is get Gravenberch. We can swap Gravenberch for Zaboza. I didn't say why I
I
wanted
did
to.
hear him
My
say
bad.
passing as well.
My
Though.
bad. I thought that's what you
But that was
said.
probably Jerry. Jerry has been saying it for time.
But let me ask
Gary,
you.
Whoa. Let's just clean up what's going on. What did I say? No. I let it go for too long. I let it go for
That's
too long.
strange.
Let's clean it up.
Let's clean up the surface before.
No, but I have this
Yeah.
question though. I have this question, right, Jerry, and you maybe in G, especially Jerry and Savage. If we were to believe what the rumors said about, Company did not do well with his presentation to the family, do you believe?
What did you present it, bro?
I know.
Whoa. When did that come from? I never heard that.
That's why they say Annie Slot.
I have actually.
That's what Annie Slot. They say Annie Slaughter turned his neck.
Sources are saying, bro.
You know, when I tell to people,
No, you're saying I'm not
Why
listening,
did-
but the
Did
evidence
you
that
say,
you got
this slot gave him neck? Did you just say that?
Nah, whoa.
Oh, he's definitely Jordan Biden now, boy. Crazy.
Nah, bro, I don't even know what Jerry where did you get that?
Jerry, where you go from now, man? But this
You
is
know
what I'm
what he's
saying.
Jordan Biden now? Yeah, I get it now. I get it.
This is what I'm saying. If let's say the presentation was we gonna keep Kane as the main dude, he has gonna score the goals. With what you guys are saying that he's gonna play the 9.5 for Bayern, how will that work?
No. For Bayern, you just play him in the 10. That's what I said. Muller's been playing in the 10. That's what I said. You just swap him. Not 9.5 for them. They got Kane. You don't take Kane out. It's Kane.
Right.
But
And he will make Kane's job very easy
You
too.
can't sign Kane though. Like what?
I didn't know this stuff about the presentation. This is all I'm hearing. En's trying to send for me and that, but the evidence you got because the little spreadsheet that you got put on the screen not long ago, bro, that didn't have anything about the presentation. It just said
this
that.
came from quasi sources.
No, it's been there, man.
No. I've seen it. There was that CF Bayern post. You know that the guys that dropped the Kane last year.
Jerry, that is not my sources. Don't do that.
I'm not saying that's your sources. I'm telling you that's what I heard. See how I caught on to quasi sources.
I was going to say when you're in Germany, the presentation for Bayern is we're Bayern, bro. And you're
Yeah,
German.
literally. Yeah.
That's the presentation. So I don't know what.
I guarantee you.
But that-
what happened. He's probably gone to the training ground and that, and you know, like he's probably gone and you know, it was just again they've just done like, we're Bayern with this, you're this, you're German, you're shown in the training ground. Whereas Slot has probably had the presentation, he's gone and like superimposed, like used AI to put Wirtz's face walking around Anfield. They've done a whole
Put Warriors and KD on them.
No. I'm speaking on record, Like, G will know and Savage will know as well. There's a certain player I know that they did that for him at Ipswich, innit? They did something similar for Ipswich. So it's one of them ones where they've probably presented him the world, innit? And he's now gone and been like, oh my God, like I can be the main guy. They probably went and clips of Coutinho nutmegging, they superimposed Wirtz's face on it, and now he feels like but they've probably done that. So he's feeling, oh my God, like they've done all of this, whereas Bayern, all they did is just go, we're Bayern, innit? Like you're coming to us anyway.
That makes sense. Maybe that summer of '66 party was a Wirtz party, blood, and it just photoshopped a few things for the video, blood. Yeah, man. Hey,
That's fucking jokes, but that's
I would like this guy at our club, innit, bro, but if man can't get me to be optimistic about it at all, blood, until it happens. I'm just gonna wait, innit? I'm just gonna wait. There's nothing wrong with waiting.
What was done to us as fans as well. I mean, Sav, you're right, man.
But I think even if we didn't have PTSD as fans, I always wait. I never get too gassed about it because I'm just like, everyone remembers being younger in it and remembering that like all these players were linked to Liverpool. We never got them. Yeah, I mean, so.
Oh my. Wait.
Yeah. So
They
that
say
was
Mitoma is on Bayern's list now.
who? Oh,
Mitoma is
Mitoma.
on Bayern's list.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Bayern needs a left side winger.
You got to realize with Bayern, bro, they stop. Listen, hear what I'm saying. When you got a team that had Gnabry, Coman, Sane, Kane, Elise, Musiala, like, bro, them men will just have players for the sake of having players at times. Like, they want a good squad, innit? Like, so
they say now that Bayern will not pay the Bayer Leverkusen money, like the price they set.
Let's see. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully they don't.
Hey, Jerry,
All I'm saying,
And
so
the
Musiala is
Christian
not
Paul said
available.
they won't pay it.
The North London snow bunny in that blood. Nah, blood. He ain't so blood. Say he ain't so blood. He's photoshopped. I tell shit.
Oh, this is crazy. You know, like her finest week in football. You know, like that, winning the cup. All of a sudden, that contract, that place is gone. You know.
Yeah, but Jerry, don't you looking at the whole party this weekend, right? This is probably the first time we're gonna see LeBron probably since the first time he showed up. And looking at these,
is LeBron turning up?
I think he will turn up. He's the owner, bro. You haven't been in Anfield.
I'm hear LeBron turn up and tell lies about the club, bro. I watched you not play against.
Oh yeah, but he'll tell a lie. Yeah, where you think yourself, did that even happen? Like is that
Nah, bro, LeBron's a liar, bro. Keep him away.
Someone will go and be like, yeah, we're linked with Wirtz, and he'll be like, yeah, Wirtz, yeah, great player. I mean, when he played for Liverpool last season, he was fantastic.
you know the dumb ones. I'm like, bro, shut up, man. I don't want to hear that.
But I mean, I think Liverpool. I think this whole contract with even Kerkez and everything has to wait after Sunday. That's where clubs, everything is done. It becomes more respectable. But I think we might hear something after this, whether he's coming or not. I think after Sunday, something.
What man can't run me a young Eze and Sharky blood? Go blood, man. Listen.
But that's something that Liverpool, I feel, would end up doing anyway.
All I'm saying is,
Eze and his injuries, man.
The price of them two is still cheaper than my man, bro.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'll be happy with any of those three, like whatever combination you want to do.
Shoot, I know. G, I saw your thing. Modric or KDB, man. What do you think? For free?
Oh, KDB, 100%.
KDB.
But I would, if you get me Modric, and then you want to do what Enzo's saying about playing like PSG, cool. Now you've actually got a player who can play football. I'm good with that. Like then we can start adding them kind of players in there.
But you saying the ones we currently have can't?
I don't want to confirm or deny anything. We'll just leave it at that.
We know our final third was our issue. Let's be honest. That last pass to create.
Who told you that? Who told you what? So you saw the midfield and you think the final third?
That was what was going on, though, isn't it? I swear, ain't that?
No, we did everything right till the last minute. Then something falls off.
When I'm watching games and that, and I'm seeing us get.
Hey, listen, G. I don't know if we can listen to you. I don't know if you watch the last 4 games and that, bro. I
don't need to watch the last 4 games. I watched the 27 of them before that. Like I'm good. I've got enough data and evidence to see what Liverpool are like.
If you watching, the people in the streets are saying you ain't been watching the games, bro.
Yeah, no, I haven't, man. I haven't. Liverpool been boring, bro. I ain't trying to watch all that. That's long.
They've been partying, man. And these guys went to Dubai in the middle of the season. Come on. That's the ultimate disrespect. Man, then went to Dubai. We got our manager in Ibiza partying up. I heard he's a DJ, actually. You know what I mean?
DJ?
And it's like,
and said Bayern Munich have more important signings than Florian Wirtz, Christian Falk.
Florian?
If that's the case,
is more important to them.
But and his agent, bro, they need to be smart, bro, and not wait too long. Don't try and, because if Liverpool just go, you know what, Bonnie, we're bored of you now. Then where did he go? Just gets left on the island, bro. Ends up at Marseille.
And Alfred is saying that he's no longer his heart ain't at Bayer no more. So,
I mean, from what people are saying today is that Bayern doesn't want to pay that much, and I think Bayer is purposely trying to price them out. By the end of the day, it'll come up to what the gentleman wants.
Yeah. Just hope that Liverpool would mean what they say when they said they'll pay whatever. God, we're liars, blood. We know that.
But like I said, for Liverpool and Bayern, it makes business sense because let's be honest, Adidas is Bayern in Germany. Adidas is coming to Liverpool. This money, it'll pay for itself. Actually, Adidas can.
Do you believe that? Do you believe like Like, do you think we're signing like Mbappe or something? Like, do you
No,
think,
I
like,
was gonna say that because I was just gonna say when you said paying for yourself, I don't think Wirtz ain't that much.
bro, he ain't that type of guy.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna say this sounds crazy.
Mm.
He's a cold player. He's not a big player, bro.
Right,
yeah,
but
like, he's
but
not a
he's coming-
superstar
Like,
player.
man ain't shutting down shopping centers when Wirtz walks in. He can walk around fine. Bro.
true, but we've seen it with
With
Liverpool.
weird
We have evidence of Liverpool, i.e. Salah and Mane, where they came here and then they move on to the next level. So I'm looking at it in terms of
No, I'm not saying that, but Liverpool, but the two names you just said, right?
Mhm.
They were not even remotely close to being superstars, like not even remote, and they're still not even on like a level of like of a. I'm trying to think of a world class like.
No, Salah is.
Mbappe. It would be
Salah
like
is.
yeah,
Salah is.
maybe Salah, but like
On
a
the-
Mane is.
Salah
Mane
is in the
But what I'm trying to say is
world.
that like Salah got there throughout time. Mbappe feels like he's just been there for like
True,
the day we
but-
saw him kick ball like from the.
But
jump.
if you were-
I thought you meant like him coming as he comes into the club. He's already the Adidas guy. If he's gonna while he's here, yeah, he can become a superstar. But at
Oh
the
yeah,
moment,
of course.
like he
Yeah.
can walk and he can walk any in Germany. He can't as much, but even
Right.
what's England, man? Most men don't know who he is, bro. Like just
True, but I'm looking at it as the question that Jerry asked: why are we so fixated on this guy? And I'm saying it makes business. Yeah, it makes business sense because yes, imagine if he comes here, Liverpool fans are gonna buy his shirt just off hype, right? So right there, Liverpool and Adidas is looking at that's money in our pocket. So for Liverpool, we already paid almost half of his transfer fee. So in business sense, it makes sense. And I think that's the same thing that Bayern is also looking at because I believe he's an Adidas player. Bayern is an Adidas team. So instead of doing that Messi, Ronaldo, where they're both on a different side of the coast, promoting different brands, for Liverpool, it makes business sense. For Jerry's question, for me, that's the answer. It makes business sense. Now,
Is that like when we were? Is that why Mbappe is not here anymore? Like he left.
I mean, at the time they were trying to use Nike to facilitate it, but he wanted to go to Madrid.
Jerry, no more evidence. Jerry, just allow it, man. Allow it.
What about this from the Germany sporting director, Ruud Voller, said on Florian Wirtz, my preferred situation would be for him to stay in Leverkusen for another year, then move, but I don't know what will happen.
Because
he says, in the end, also a question of price. Leverkusen is the club that has to say yes at some point when a certain amount is reached. If it's not reached, then he stays another year, blood. So
is he guaranteed that he will stay another year if Bayern?
That's the Germany's sporting director, and he's saying he would prefer him to stay one more year, then move.
And Leverkusen's been stripped to their players.
But he said Leverkusen's about money in it, but they have to say yes at a certain point when the money is reached in it. So they're saying, bro,
they will take the high money at some point because their team's getting stripped, and they want to keep their team afloat. But at the moment, they've still been battling out with Bayern Munich. But this used to happen to Dortmund all the time, bro. And we weren't getting big money for players. You get me? So you get stripped and that. Make sure you get enough money to buy some more players back in. And that.
Yeah.
Guillaume Balaguer is saying that Wanyeri as well. He's still not signed a new contract at Arsenal.
Oh yeah, so
the camp's
let's leave that.
But he says Liverpool are interested and are aware of the contract situation.
That Wanyeri you lot's vex all the time. So something about him, brother. I don't know, man. He looks pissed off all the time.
Do you know when you come out here and they're like, yeah, you're the best graduate that left, and you're this and you're that, and you overhype a player too early? This is what happens, bro. Now he's thinking, yeah, this little boy contract you're trying to give, man.
Also, hyping me up and that talent, and then looking in my position and going, no, but Saka plays there, so I'm not playing whenever. What you telling me?
Yeah.
More time. You told the manager, yeah, I can play like in the 10 as well, like where Erdogan's playing. And they're like, no, you're not playing there though. You're not playing there either. Can I play on the left then? I can do what Saka used to do. No, Martinelli's playing there still.
Xhaka ain't been playing well like under Xhaka, fucking Odegaard. Can I not play? Nah, bro. Nah.
Can I answer the question that Bajan said? It doesn't work like that with the kid deal. The kid deals, Liverpool make percentage of what Adidas sell on Liverpool brands.
You're beefing with Pops, bro.
Yeah, he always try to be. But if Wirtz sells a lot shirts, Liverpool make a cut. That's how we made a lot of money off Nike.
Do you think he'll outsell Salah shirts if he
Never.
signs?
No, because Salah, like I said, Salah in the Emirate world, he is a whole different economy, and that is.
I think
crazy.
based on what you're saying, I think Liverpool are trying. They're making a business decision and thinking, cool. He's 22.
Mhm.
If he can become the star of football, he becomes the face of German football. The face of German football always brings in a lot of P, bro. They always do, especially with Adidas, innit? Like, so they're looking at thinking, we think he's going to be the guy. That's why we're going to get him. It's not about, of course, you're not going to get someone in the Middle East as big as Salah. He's not going to be as big as Salah. But if they think he can rival Jude Bellingham for the Adidas thing, do you know what I mean? That's how they're going to look at it. So
Yeah,
Hey, Edwards in taking flights for no reason, bro.
that one is come on now.
apparently he just got a yard there. He just went for a break after the season finished.
You know, but I'm just tired. Like bro, she's time
Come on, the owners are coming over on Sunday. Why does he need to go to Boston?
In it, the owners are coming on Sunday. Why on earth?
Why
would
does
go
he need
there
to go
early?
to Boston? That makes no sense, man. Come on.
Like he couldn't jump on a Zoom call.
Mhm.
He couldn't just jump on a Zoom call. No, man.
Oh, does anybody knows the Pop is asking a question? What was the Nike deal? I thought that Nike gave us a flat fee of what 30 million, and then we made percentage of whatever.
Because I checked that yesterday when we was talking about that.
Oh yeah, he did,
Yeah. Oh no, man.
That's what the Caicedo money, innit? Okay.
Yeah, the Caicedo money's been sitting there for what 2 years? How many interest right now? What's the interest rate right now in England?
Don't know, boy.
At least we have made we have the 120 in the bank. Come on, man, go use it.
Did someone hack this girl's account, bro? Sorry.
That's what I was thinking, bro. Like, I was so confused.
No, it's worth a conversation, lads. I think actually, no.
I think it says some of the says 2011 on there and stuff.
Yeah, that's
no. The stuff is real. It's nothing been hacked. The stuff has been real. This is stuff from. It's
they just bring it back up again.
Who's gone to find depths of the tweets?
Thank God I didn't have Twitter in 2012.
Trust me. Do you know what happened? Do you know what's happened? She's gone and she's obviously won the Europa League with Spurs. She feels that she won it. Pissed off on Arsenal. I was like, what? You're gonna move like this? Say no more. And they've just gone and just gone to
the internet is. I keep telling man, but once on the internet, it's on there for life, bro. I don't know why you think it's gone, bro. There's a whole archive. I think it's fake news, personally. I think it's fake.
I would. You're the Snow Walker in it, so you would definitely.
That's like the White Walker.
No.
White Whisperer and that blood. You know how long, bro?
White Whisperer sounds mad, you know. Yin Yang.
How long before one of them you know the apology videos? Hi guys. As you know, anybody who knows me knows that I've got on my dad's side.
But hold on. Don't you do it at the DIAZ Sports studio?
Yeah, the studio, but just like half a light on, so you have to dim the light.
Yeah, the little one light in the corner.
So Robbie's recorded it.
Yeah. She got to put her sleeves over her hand and that, bro. You have to look all distressed and that.
Oh yeah, and just wipe the one tear. One tear.
You have to cry a little bit. You get me, and then you go. Obviously, like as you know, that my boss is black, so everyone knows me. And then she'll just be like, "Oh yeah, one time in year 6, I played Key Straits with a black boy. He didn't get me because I didn't want him to, but I did." You know what I mean? Because it's over.
She's like,
you don't understand, like,
she's like, yeah.
As well. She's on that. She's on that channel, and she's on Talksport. Blood.
Yeah.
And then she'll be like, yeah, like when it comes to bread, I'm just allergic to whole wheat. Like I just like white bread. Like,
all I'm saying,
bro, I thought the thing about the bread. I said, nah, that's a mad tweet.
See, what I'm saying is, when you go home and look in the mirror, and you know you get the replica Spurs medal and that.
Yeah.
You have to look and go, was it worth it, blood?
Yeah.
I would take Spurs not having a trophy again if this one. It weren't worth it, bro.
It weren't worth it, bro. It actually was. You should have just kept quiet. You should have just kept it humble, but you piss people off, man.
Polo is the Abigail from AFTV.
I don't know what you're talking about. Fake news, blood. I don't know, blood.
Okay, before we get out of here, I think I'm glad everybody's here because all of you guys I have beef with, and we're gonna make fun of Manchester United because this is what I brought up some when Amorim came in, and I asked all of you guys because I know you guys have brilliant minds.
I don't understand what's
when Amorim came in and things were not working, I said, if you go to the gym, and you remember this analogy that I said, you go to the gym and you want to use the bench bar, but you got there, the gym said, oh, the bar has bent. Do you just sit there and wait till they bring a new ball, or you find another way to do your pectoral muscles? A lot of you say you stick with the mission, and the man stick to the mission, and he's going to be 17th. I don't know if this is true, but they say since January he has amassed only 9 points. Is it true?
Listen, man, I think the reality of Manchester United is this, right? Ultimately, it's difficult to pinpoint everything on just one manager. That picture's wild, you know. That is crazy.
What picture?
Should I say? Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint just for one thing because it's not just a one manager thing. Like we've literally seen this as where they are in the league is not really like that. Just it is what it is. Obviously, they didn't want to be doing this badly. 100%, I hear all of that. But on the flip side of it, I'm like, it's with someone who hasn't really had that kind of time to bed in his own team and all of this kind of stuff. I'd still want to wait. Like if I was Manchester United anyway, I'd still want to wait to see what going and then see what happens from there. Obviously, if he's gonna be shit, then fairs. Like he's just gonna be shit. But who else can come in? Yeah, I mean, like who?
It makes
I don't get it. But bear in mind, everybody wanted this guy as manager of their own teams. Now all of a sudden he goes to Manchester United. Man United are just a disease-ridden club. And now look, like we've seen their players, bro. We've seen their players in their teams. So it's one of them.
But I mean, my thing was, if your philosophy is not working right now because you don't have the personnel, why don't you, whatever you have, make it work until you get what you need?
But first of all, you have to keep changing it then, and that means now you've pandered to all of that. It's like the reality is, I get it because his change is such a big shift because they don't play three at the back. I get that. But the reality is, if I don't install some level of principle within the team, the players I do want to keep, how can I then move forward if we're then going to have to change now? All of a sudden in the summer, we're just banging out three at the back. It's like, bro, we've never played this before. Like now we have to try and learn all of this now. And we've only got the preseason to do it. Now we've had this dummy run. So the players he wants to keep from this team, whoever that is, they now know how to play that system. All you're now doing is bringing in the players who just slot into that system. Simple. It really, in theory, it's kind of simple. It's kind of simple.
On that, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I when people say about this formation thing, like, "Oh, can't play a three at the back," and that, I think you're chatting nonsense, bruv. I think.
By the way, I'm saying this for the people.
No, not you, not you. But I'm saying you're chatting nonsense. Whether you play a 3, a 7, a 2, or what, football's football, innit? The aim of the game to keep the ball and try and score, innit? Where it doesn't matter how you do it, it actually just doesn't matter. I think this manager's a bit in over his head. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, I know every manager was in for him, but if you deep it, there was a vacuum in it. There was a vacuum in terms of managers. Liverpool done really, really well getting Slot, but again, I didn't know who Slot was before Liverpool signed him. Innit? I've never watched a game of final in my life. Apart from the Europa League, I think when Arsenal faced them last season, it was like, yeah, there was no manager. Right now, he's like, this is shocking. Solskjaer got better than them. Solskjaer, the football that Solskjaer was playing, like, is way better than this. What he's doing right now, I'm not gonna lie, is shocking. It's shocking, and you know what? He deserves to be sacked. He deserves to be sacked. Like if he did get sacked, I don't think anyone would have any qualms. If they don't decide to sack him, then cool. But what you're doing and what you're banking on is him being able to turn it around, and I don't understand how you can't turn it around because it's not about like them not winning the league or whatever, but 17th, 18th, like a back five is supposed to be back five supposed to be solid defensively. You know, that's what Sheffield United and them man play. Them man are 17th,
and Ipswich.
Like, what you couldn't get mid-table. Like, sorry, Palace play a back five. What are we gonna say? Are we gonna say that what they haven't got the players to do it? They played a back four last season. Now they're playing a back five. It was just, I don't know, man. I just think no one. This is madness to me, bro. This is just madness. See, Amorim, yeah.
No, I mean the thing is, yes, maybe he's good tactically, but I think he was kind of over feeling himself first, in lame terms. Because I think that the first game he played against Ipswich, he realized that Ipswich used his own tactics better than he did. And you just have to just find, yeah, you don't want to keep changing, but it hasn't worked. If you got 9 points since January, that is worse than, was it Derby who came to the Premier League and has the worst point tally ever?
I was just listening in the back. Yeah, I've seen him, and listen, if he gets sad to get sad, that's his business, isn't it? But the way I see it here is like this here. They played against Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, and a couple of other top clubs, right? Using that same style, right? And they played very, very well. Then they come up against, as you say, Ipswich and all these other teams, right?
Yeah.
And they've done absolutely shit in those kind of games. I'm starting to look at it and think that, to me, that can't even be. How's that a manager issue? That's not like a player issue. Like if we come up against these top teams, right, and the way that we are playing, same way that we play against Ipswich, we don't change. It's more or less the exact same way. We play that way against the top teams and we do well, but then we come up against these shit teams and we do poorly. How's that a manager issue? Like, bro, that's not, by the way, not solely on the manager. Of course, he plays a part and he does get a bit of blame. I'm not trying to say that, but I'm looking at that thinking I can't even then like if a manager is coaching the same way, doing more or less the same thing, I can't then keep looking at him and thinking, brother, this must be a you thing, bro, because it's not even like it's the other way around. That would actually make more sense if it was the other way around and he was doing sick against all the shit teams, but then poor against the good teams. Bro, he's doing good against the good teams and then poor against the poor teams. I'm like, bro, that's but
you what's mad though is I saw an Arsenal team that were quite similar in terms of that. Like they'll come up, they'll do decent against certain teams or whatever, and then be poor and stuff. Yeah,
that comment is wild.
But obviously, like the way I'm looking at it, right, is cool. We're poor against the good team. Like, surely he goes and just like, all right, cool. I'm going to do what Arteta did and that, and just the academy players are going to have to run it, and they're going to make a stand like that, and we're going to be able to survive, survive in terms of like, yes, be mid-table. But where they are now, right, like this is just like, and you're looking at him and he doesn't even know what he's doing. You know, like he doesn't even know what to tell players. He's standing on the sideline. You don't even know like positionally where the player should be. Is that Euro's trying to take 2 man on at the edge of his box, but you don't even get mad at it. He's like giving him a thumbs up. Like it's mad to me. Like he talks a good game and that, but right now this is, do you know what I mean? It's like you put your foot down with Rashford and stuff, but it hasn't worked out. Like, you know, like Arteta did that when you got rid of Aubameyang, but you saw like a kickback from it. You saw a couple players that did well. Like, why hasn't he introduced Amas and Gore? Why aren't they playing? But why did Shaw play in the final when he didn't play? He hasn't played the whole season. Like, there's so many errors he's making.
The thing is, I'm not even trying to fight the case for him to stay. What I'm trying to figure this out from let's say from a Manchester United perspective, yeah. Let's say I don't know what the brother's name is on the club or whatever. You sack him, yeah. So now you've sacked 2 managers within the space of a season. How do you even move from here? Like, what even? Bear in mind, I've also signed players because of this manager. So they've signed Borgu, and they've got, I think that's someone else they've got in as well. So I'm sitting there thinking, so you've done the same thing that you have done for the last 10 years or 13, 12 years since Fergie left. I'm like, bro, like, why would you keep changing it? Like, do you think changing it is just going to get a different result? Bro, you might as well just stick with the person you got and just see how that runs for a bit longer and then take it from there.
Now, a good topic. I just want to see you guys from the beginning when he started to now where he's at. 9 points is wild if it's true. But G, do you have anything coming up before the celebration on Sunday?
That's so mad. Bro, I'm just reading that. Like, that's mad. Yeah. I'll have a few videos. I got video dropping later on today as well. And over the weekend, we play Sunday, right? Everyone plays Sunday, right?
Everyone plays Sunday. Yeah.
Fuck it, I'll drop a Ballon d'Or video on tomorrow. Ballon d'Or.
Savage, football or on the wrestling side? What do you got coming up, man?
I did wrestling earlier. Tomorrow, wrestling. Sunday, wrestling. Yeah. And then more time, I might just, You didn't watch Long Ends?
No, I said I might not be able to because at the time I have to leave, innit? So maybe one of you guys, if you want to, or if you can, probably do that.
Yeah, that's what my son's saying. If he's on it, then I'll do the watching on, and if not, then...
Are you going to the game end?
No, but I'm going Remember, I'm going up the day before, innit?
So are you gonna go around Anfield?
Between my traveling time, I can't do the watch along.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna take a picture outside Virgil's house?
Nah, maybe outside the mural.
Outside Virgil's house, you know. I don't have it.
I'm confused, bro. I'm confused. Obviously, I see a next man outside your house and that. I thought that was his crib.
Yeah, to be fair, and you might as well, when you get there, go to Anfield, but they're going to be partying there all night.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah, real talk.
Could do.
JJ, are you doing anything, you know?
Bro, they didn't done that for like 5 years, bro.
We're trying to see if we... By the way, of course, we have a content creator royalty. Pops, are you guys doing your... was it what? Friday Night Lime, you know, crazy channel, crazy show. It's not for the week. And favorite person is gonna be the Maddie Mad.
Your favorite person, bro. You might have forever argue.
That stream from last night.
That's
yeah, man. But big up to Mandel, man. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Anything else, Ants? Anything else you want to bring up instead of you laughing in the background, man?
No, because Sammy's taking a piss, bro. Next Friday, she's Dakota said so.
Okay.
Nah, bro. Looking forward to seeing what happens, man. I will try and do a live while I'm there. I did see a lot of people saying, "Where's everyone?" kind of linking up and stuff. We'll organize that, man. Everyone get together, man. Chop it up, vibe out. You know what I mean? I was laughing to myself because I thought of something I was gonna buy. You know, Sav, the Coke you keep talking about.
Wait, bro, elaborate on the Coke while we're on screen, bro. It's Coca-Cola.
No. I'll let everyone choose what side.
It's Coca-Cola, but zero.
Oh, yeah. Last time, I mean, Savage, I said, stick with the real Coke, man. Don't do this diet stuff. I heard you say you like the Diet Coke.
Bro.
What? Do you drink normal Coke?
I drink normal Coke. It's better than the fake one. The fake one is not fake sugar. Where's the sugar coming from?
Bro,
It's sweetener. It's not fake sugar.
It's fake sweetener. From where? Is it from flour or what? I want the real. Okay, I'll be telling the truth. I buy it from the Mexican store because it's real sugar cane, right? The American ones had fructose corn syrup.
You're out here buying Coca-Cola from over the wall, brother, and you want...
No. They're my people. They're here, man. They're here.
That's over the wall.
It's over the wall. Come on, this guy. What's wrong with you? Just get out of here. I get the real one. The one that comes in a glass bottle. It has what they call it. They call it cane sugar, right? Cane sugar.
Yeah, sugar.
The American ones usually have the fructose corn syrup one, which is the worst one.
Quasi, can we go back to school? Sugar cane, bro. Can we not?
Perdón, señor. Perdón.
Lo siento, señor. Thank you, JJ. Thank you, JJ.
But yeah, you know, I hear it. Big up Quasi, man.
Yeah, well, big up, man, there, man. I appreciate you guys having me here, you know, hosting the show every Friday. As long as you guys keep coming up and liking the show, subscribing, and, you know, Ant is gonna, you know, Ant is a I don't want to say a diva, but he's a Hollywood star. So, you know, you gotta impress him. You know, you gotta impress him. And I like my job, and I want to keep coming. So,
yeah, if you like the chat, want to send some super chats in. You know what I mean? So I can catch a drink at the parade and that.
Hey, son, that goes without saying, bro.
Bro, someone better buy me a drink, bro. And just know
I'll definitely buy you a drink, bro. That's
and I need you to highlight Hakeem's comment, man. Highlight Hakeem's comment.
What Hakeem said.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Ay, caramba. No, thank you. And you could take us out of here. People, please hit the like button. Go on Savage channel, go on G's channel, and go Kwesi Bowl TV's channel and subscribe. Even if you don't like us, just subscribe. And
what about my channel?
You don't have one.
Which one?
It's still there. It's still there.
Okay, go subscribe. You know, Jerry James show, right? One of these days, he said if he gets 5 more subscribers, he will start streaming.
5 more? No.
Just remember, chat, man. If you're at the parade and you want to take a picture of ends, you have to pay me $5, blood.
What Savage? Are you gonna have the Bluetooth in your ear as well, moving like his bodyguard? Yeah, Hollywood. Petro, Hollywood.
You find that so assholes, I swear to God.
The thing is, you know, you could create a frenzy though. If you just had like 3 men dressed up as security with End walking through, everyone would think, who's this? Is that Liverpool's new signing? Is that Bert? Is that Frimpong?
Nah, you're worse than Abby, bro,
Like,
with that mad comment.
yeah, but that's what they'll do. They'll be like, "Hey, look, it's Frimpong," and it's like, "Bro, no, it isn't."
Somebody say cash only.
Okay, I'll
Cash
take
only.
anything. I'll take cash out. Anything looks.
Yeah, we got
What
cash.
are you gonna
Thank
have?
you,
Are you gonna
Pops.
have the terminal?
I've got a chipping pin next to me, bro. Like, well, it's down there, but I use that personal training. But hey, look, what everyone needs, blood. You get me? I got it, blood. You know what I mean? Remember the hostler kid ends, blood. Open the jacket.
Yeah, man said just open the jacket. We got it, bro. Whatever you need. Man, you got watches, you got chain, you need this, you need that.
What is that for recess? Is that what you want talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
I'm
That's the
looking
best,
at
bro.
everything, bro.
Hustler kid. Man, had Jack sweets, everything.
Nah, big up to Quasi, bro. That was cold, man. It's good to
thank you.
It's cold, man. Hosting was cold as well. But listen, every one of the guys' channels are in the title as well. Quasi's one is there, Savage's one is there, G's one is there, Jerry's one's too long, so it's not in there. But if you go in the description, it's in there as well, guys. So show the man them some love, man. And then we'll see each other, man. We'll see each other at the parade. That Savage said, don't touch him, but he will take a drink.
I said, don't touch him.
Yeah, don't touch him, man.
Yeah, but listen, G's gonna be there as well.
Man, it's gonna be a party, man. Enjoy yourself, people.
Jerry's
Enjoy
gonna be
yourself.
there. Yeah, I'll buy the first drinks, guys. That's
I'm not buying one back, but that's what I said.
No, it's cool, bro. It's cool. I'll make sure I buy the man them a drink.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, I mean, how hydrated do you want to stay, blood? You only need one drink, blood. You get me?
That's how I know Ender's got a chauffeur. He's like, yeah, I'm not even driving, bro. I'm getting the first drink.
We're parking in the same place, Jerry. Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm driving, innit? I didn't say anything about that, uncle. You're like, I'm getting the first drink. You know what I mean? How many drinks are you trying to get? You're getting that 9 early, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll get the man them a drink, bro. It's a simple thing, man. You know what I mean?
They're expecting almost 1.5 million people. That's crazy.
That's mental.
That's crazy.
That means the drink costs are going to be high as hell,
Bro.
Sab, when you went, when you've gone, how many people were there when you went parade or whatever?
The last one was 750.
Last one was 750. But I think that's what they think, bro. I think it was way more than that.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. The last one was 7, like that much, but there was still space by the dock, bro. Like, so this one, the 2005 one was mad as well, bro. So I don't.
Oh, did you go to that one as well?
Yeah, that was crazy though, because they had it like the way Liverpool set up, it was different, innit? Like Liverpool won and that weren't the same. So they were around by the town centre. But yeah, man, I expect it to be mad still. You get me?
And especially with this one, I think are they going to change up the route? Because
same route. It's on the website now. Same route. Bro.
The same route. Okay.
15 kilometers and finishes up by the docks. Goes down to like this dead end, and they open the road for the bus to go through, close it back up, and then it's done. So yeah, should be cold still, man. But
crazy.
Obviously used to a Giants, isn't it, bro? So you two can just walk on either side of me, bro. Like Moses and that, bro. You get me? You don't see security, big man. Take that.
Hey, I'm gonna wear my Bluetooth headset as well. I've got my
yeah.
Bro. I put my buds in, and they say, "Yeah, move, guys."
Same, innit?
I swear, I've got high vis in my car. I might,
Yeah.
So yeah, move out the way. Short King's coming through, guys.
Oh, bro,
hope you guys enjoyed it.
Should I wear a suit then? Should I wear a suit?